Doctor.
Test, test. Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me? Let me know. Let me know. Let me know. Test, test, test. It says I'm connected. It says I'm not on mute. I'm better. I'm better. All right. Well, hi. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Shout out to Lover Gang. Hello. Hello. Rue. Hello. Hello. I am is in the building. Hello. Hello. Zio. Hello. Hello. You can hear me? You can hear me? Everyone says I'm good. I'm good. I'm good. Thank you so much. I was trying to say, I hope you all had a lovely holiday. Happy New Year. I hope you guys enjoyed your family, some relaxation, some good food. I hope, everything that you guys had on your Christmas list you got from Santa. I hope y'all enjoyed yourself. I'm going to just get right into it because last time I tried to, share out with y'all, things did not want to work out. So please say hello in the chat. Make sure to share me out. Make sure to hit the like, subscribe if you haven't. And we're just gonna go ahead and get into it. I'm gonna let it be known right here, right now. The dress was fine. I'm gonna say it one more time for the people in the back or anybody that want to act like they slow. The dress was fine. There was nothing wrong with that woman's dress. I'm gonna need people to stop trying to make things controversial when they're not, because again, y'all really make it really hard for people to really even just enjoy themselves, let alone being around you all. Welcome in, everybody. Hello, Michelle. Hello, Jackie. Let's see. Shout out to Young Rias. Hello, little bro. Hello, Miss Joy. Yes, I do have a birthday coming up. I'm going to see if I can do a birthday stream with y'all. It is going to be your girl's 30, 30, 30, 30, 30 and thriving. So we're definitely going to see. Hold on. Answer what? Jackie, what are you asking? What we just got started. What you want me to answer? I'll answer, boo. You. Definitely. See, look. Young and thriving, young and thriving. Young and thriving, 67. All right, y'all. So, like I said, I'm going to just jump in and we're just going to say this. Like I said, the dress was fine. All right, now, Jackie Bottom, if you are going to start spamming my chat, I will have my mods go ahead and, because we don't need no 6'7" spamming. If you are under the age of, I'm going to say, if you're under the age of 18, you don't need to be here, respectfully. So, yeah. If you're going to be spamming my chat and you're under the age of 18, I'm going to have to ask you to go because we don't do that 6'7" here. Do I have enough mods in here where they can take care of it? I should. Okay. All right. So, yeah, y'all, we're going to just go ahead. I want to talk to y'all real quick because no, Miss Joy, and that's the whole point. They were not going to a church event. They were going to a fundraiser. So this is the thing that it's kind of frustrating at the end of the day because, again, people need to understand that, yes, there's a time and place for everything, but even still, there was nothing wrong with the dress. Thank you, Michelle. I appreciate you, boo. So I'm going to talk real quick because every time a Black woman wants to show up looking good, looking grown, looking confident, the same tired conversation keeps resurfacing, right? And this time it's centered around Karri Turner Bryant, Pastor Karri Turner Bryant, wife of Jamal Bryant, again, wife of Pastor Jamal Bryant, and the dress she wore to a formal charity event. And I'm going to say this plainly, I'm going to say it calmly, I'm going to say it without apology. Again, there was nothing wrong with the dress. The dress was fine, period, point blank. It was appropriate, it was fashionable, and it was even a high caliber dress. And I'll even show y'all. Let me see if I can share my screen real quick because I'm going to even show the dress while I talk because, again, I don't think people really understand. We all are on the internet and we hear things where it's like, oh, this and this is going on. So hold on for me real quick, y'all. Shout out to Essence Magazine because Essence did do a great coverage on this. So here's the dress, right? Beautiful couple, beautiful Black couple, look good. They're out and about. The dress even flows. I'm gonna try to find when I share my screen for another video that we're going to be reviewing with it. But if you see the dress is very tasteful. A lot of people, I feel like they're tripping because the dress has what is called negative space. So it gives the illusion of skin showing, right? But the dress actually flows into a beautiful Black train like bottom, very frilly, very fluffy, very cute, very fashionable, very high-end dress. I love the dress on her. It looks really good. So again, the fact that this becomes a debate saying, it's far more concerning because it's about our conditioning than what we're actually wearing in our clothing. And see, I agree. I said the dress was fine. I mean, so Riaz, that's fine. If we get the engagement popping, how it usually goes, of course, I'll open up a panel for a little bit. I don't want to take up everybody's Sunday, but we can have the conversation if the conversation is needed. So let me go ahead because y'all know I like to keep things kind of just all together. Hold on for me real quick, y'all. All right. So the first part that I really want to talk to everyone about is the unrealistic demand for eternal modesty. Black women are expected to be modest at all times, not just at church, not just at work, not just around the children, at all times. And see, I've definitely even shout out to Rue because I'm gonna, of course, ask if the men in the chat, what is the actual issue? Would you have an issue with your woman wearing this beautiful gown? Because it's a gown, not just a dress, it's an actual gown. To a charity event, to any event, to a gala, to any just high end, high fashion week type stuff. What would you guys really have to argue about it? Welcome in, Got Flavor. And see, thank you. I agree as well. So let's see. So again, like I was saying, at all times, people are expecting Black women to be modest. And the exception didn't appear out of nowhere. Historically, our bodies, Black women's bodies, have been over-sexualized without any type of consent. If we want to go back from slavery days, where our bodies were inspected, controlled, and violated, to even the modern media today, that glorifies our curves while simultaneously punishing us for even having them, right? So now we live inside of this weird contradiction where people expect Black women to make ourselves smaller, to hide ourselves, to not want to glorify the things that others can glorify or others can even try to steal from us. And then you guys are trying to tell us to pipe it down. And this is coming from a curvy girl myself. So again, when you have the body, when you have the confidence, and even the style sense to know how to dress it, people love to try to make it seem like you're doing too much, right? And that's an issue. The contradiction is not spiritual because you have people say your body is inherently sexual, but you're not supposed to look sexy. That's punitive at the end of the day. Welcome in, Sin. Welcome in, welcome in. All my mods, I appreciate y'all. It looks like we might have some trolls, so just, be aware of that for me if you can. As long as they're not saying anything inappropriate, outlandish, if they are just spamming the chat, give them a little quick timeout just because we don't want any distractions during the whole conversation. All right. So context, class, and knowing the difference, right? I'm going to clear this up real quick for everybody because a lot of people want to have this outrage, and the outrage is revealing the lack of understanding that a lot of people are having. People don't actually understand fashion or when it's in context. The gown was appropriate for the venue. As I was telling Miss Joy earlier, this was a formal, upscale charity event, not a Sunday service, not Bible study, not choir rehearsal. There was no inappropriate skin showing, as you guys can see. All you see really is her shoulders. You might have a little dégagé, but again, there's nothing inappropriate about the dégagé. And she has a little cleavage, and it's not even anything crazy. The bustier of the dress actually just shows a very nice and tasteful way of doing it, right? It was nothing sheer. There's nothing vulgar. And there was nothing even exposed. What people reacted to, it wasn't nudity. Like I said, the idea of negative space, if people want to hoop and holler about that, and again, the dress has no, it's just negative space in the dress. That is not her actual skin showing. For those who don't know, that is actually fabric that matches her skin tone. That is why a dress like that works. So again, what does that mean? It was an illusion. Tailoring, structure, and again, her confidence. This was a high caliber dress. High caliber does not mean loud. It does not mean sexual. It means intentional, refined, and executed very well. I'm sorry. This is just, it's so frustrating because again, everybody wants to turn into the fashion police. Everybody want to just criticize this woman's looks. And I'm going to show y'all how they responded because again, very tasteful, very beautiful couple. But again, for people to try to make this a hoop and hollering type of situation, I'm just not getting it because again, if you can't pull off the dress, if your woman can't pull off the dress, I think you need to be quiet, respectfully. Not knowing fashion does not make someone holy. It means that they just don't know fashion. Ria says I'm dressed like a rapper. I mean, listen, whatever someone's style is, it's supposed to be your style. And again, these people have the money, they have the resources where she's not just dressing frivolously. She's dressing very intentionally, and it's a beautiful gown. I'm going to keep repeating that. Now let's talk about something Black women understand immediately, and that's the curse of curves. Two women can wear the exact same thing, the exact same dress, same length, same neckline, same cut, but the curvier woman will be labeled inappropriate, tempting, distracting, while the other will be called elegant, classy, and tasteful. So I'm gonna be honest, right? A lot of people, what a lot of people would call immodest really is just having a body, as I said earlier. Point in blank. They're saying that women shouldn't purposely trigger lust in men by wearing dresses like that. And we're gonna touch on that. So shout out to you. So again, Black women, we're not waking up and choosing to have these curves, right? These are just our natural bodies. These are what we're born with. This is our lineage. This is our ancestry. But we are being constantly punished for having them. That's not modesty, that's shame. And again, we are living in a society where people are swearing up and down that we don't have shame, bring back shame. But then when we have situations like this, all y'all want to do is just cut this woman down to size. Y'all want to make it where this woman has to follow what exactly? Because again, I even believe my theory is there's jealousy behind it in the sense of because generations before her couldn't dress like that because either they didn't have the fashion sense, they didn't have the clothes to do it, or the generations before were just being so shamed in a way where they couldn't express themselves. And this is not so inappropriate where it's like, oh, you young people today have no sense of taste. Y'all have no class. This is a classy dress. So you can't run that here. Let's see. My premise is off. Your premise is off. So my premise is off. It's not about It's not about what? Coochie. Wear the dress. It's about she's a pastor's wife, so she should wear the dress as a first lady. Again, what is coochie? What are we saying? I didn't bring up nothing about no coochie. But again, I am to even that point. Again, they were going to a gala. It was a charity event. It was not a church event. It was a charity event. This is how you dress at a charity event. If you go to the Met Gala, this is how people dress. If you go to any Oscars, any Tonys, any type of award ceremony, this is how people dress. And again, there was nothing inappropriate where you should be like, as a first lady of the Baptist church of whatever, whatever. No, you shouldn't be clutching your pearls at this dress. What is she? I want anyone in the chat who thinks the dress is wrong, right? I really want y'all to point out this dress right here. What do you see that is just oh so inappropriate? If anyone could just let me know, I would love to know, because maybe I'm tripping. Until then, until y'all comment that, we're gonna move on. Because like I said, at the end of the day, it just sounds like a whole bunch of shaming. Am I lagging? Am I lagging? Let me know if I'm lagging. I see it on my side, but it might just be me. All right. So I'm happy you guys are all saying this, because again, I'm kind of ready for whatever people want to throw. Biblical modesty versus cultural control. So I am stick around, because if you are going to join the panel, I would love to know your opinion on this, because I want to address the Christian response, because scripture keeps getting brought into this, right? When the Bible speaks on modesty, it's primarily about humility, intention, not dressing to exalt oneself over others, right? Thank you for letting me know if I'm good. Thank you. It is not a rigid dress code obsessed with silhouettes, curves, or even attractiveness, right? Biblical modesty speaks to the heart, not the erasure of the body that God created. Now, the script, nowhere in the scripture does it say women must hide their shape to be righteous, right? That interpretation became later, though, through patriarchy, through fear, and of course, through control. And I'm gonna be clear about this, right? Because this is not to bash anybody. It's just we have to understand where things come from. Because at the end of the day, we cannot blame the fact that this woman is a first lady, that she should not be able to wear a dress like that. That is not an excuse. That is not a proper excuse, and we're not going to stand on that. At least not here at Lover Girl Confessions, okay? Let's see. So like I said, I'm gonna be clear. This dress is not nearly as controversial as people, especially how the Christians are trying to make it to be. The scandal exists because people wanted the scandal. They wanted something to say, because again, this is a first lady of a church. This is a pastor's wife. There is nothing else about it besides the fact that people wanted to be mad. And I'm getting so frustrated, and I'm getting so sick of things where people are just trying to create problems that don't exist. They don't. You would think in 2026, we are 2025, 2026, that we are beyond some of these mindsets that people just keep trying to pull us back to. And it's crazy. This is not 1965. This is not 1465. I don't have to be buttoned all the way up to my neck. And if I show a little ankle, it's now Rogue C. Rogue C is creating such a scandal. No, we ain't got to do all that. People do too much, and it's really sickening and annoying at this point. Especially, like I said earlier, and I'm going to keep reiterating this, when it comes down to Black women's bodies. Because again, all that is a matter of controlling or trying to control something that can't be controlled. Now, it's one thing when you want to say Black women need to take better care of their bodies, but showing it off, her body's banging for one. Her body is tea. The dress is phenomenal. I'm sure that dress costs more than what a lot of people are making right now. And if y'all want to be mad about the classism thing, that's a whole nother story. But at the end of the day, I'm going to keep repeating this. There's nothing wrong with the dress. So we're going to move on to respectability politics. Isn't about God. It's about control, as I was saying. The backlash is not really about holiness. It's about respectability politics, the idea that Black men must constantly manage their appearance to make others feel comfortable. I'm going to say that one more time. When it comes down to respectability politics, it's the idea that Black women must constantly manage their appearance to make others feel comfortable. Welcome in, boo. Hello, Chocolate Kitty. Thank you. And thank you again, everybody. If you have not, make sure to hit the like, make sure to share, And like I said, if the engagement is engaging, if y'all feel like y'all want to open a panel, let me know, because we can for a little bit. I don't want to take too much of your Sunday. But if y'all want to talk about it after I get through my spiel, we can most definitely. So let me go ahead and finish with this, because like I said, when it comes down to the respectability politics, it is about how the idea that Black women must constantly manage their appearance to make others feel comfortable, especially when we're visible, like Pastor Bryant and First Lady Bryant is. Very visible, very beautiful, especially when we're admired, which she is. Because again, we cannot have haters without admiration. The two are mutually inclusive. You can't have one without the other. They have to be together. So shout out to the haters, especially when we're attached to powerful men. Shout out to powerful men who don't have to go based off their ego and their insecurities. Because again, I'm gonna show y'all how Pastor Bryant was not tripping about it, and in the most respectful way. He pulled a Will Smith and said, "Keep my wife's name out your effing mouth." So shout out to him. That is when these labels come out. 304 behavior, 304 uniform, 304 clothing. She's fast, she's unbecoming. As if a fitted gown at a charity gala equals moral collapse. Be serious, y'all. So let me see. Hold on. I'm going to see if I can find, because I saved it in my TikToks. Hold on. See if I can find where Pastor Bryant responded, and he pretty much told y'all to stop playing with him and his wife. So let me share my screen this away. Give me a second. Give me a second. Hello, hello. Let's see. Oh, yeah. Look at this beautiful couple. Beautiful, loving couple. Black love. You're so beautiful. Look at this. The nicest thing I've ever seen. Body is tea. You're more than a beauty queen. And y'all really gonna tell me this is not how a pastor and his wife is supposed to present themselves? That's crazy. She's incredible. Show off your wife. Come on, Pastor Bryant. I'm not mad at it. Look at that. Show it off. Show it off. Because I'm here for it. And for anybody that wants to be like, oh, look at the worldly possessions, they're so worldly. We live in the world. We live in the world. The Bible just says don't become of the world. It's okay to enjoy what's in the world, though. But again, this woman is beautiful. He is showing off his wife. He is happy where he is. And listen, more power to them, because if it was me, I would have been told y'all where y'all could where y'all opinions could have gone and where they could stay. Let me see. Ignore my TikTok. Not my TikTok. Let me see if I can find the ones that I saved. Okay, here we go.
I needed to deal with it head on, because the other day the internet went crazy about a dress my wife had on. Now, they didn't say anything about the $4 million that was raised for the United Negro College Fund. They never mentioned that she prayed until heaven came down. They never said anything about this was the largest fundraiser for for HBCUs in the country. But insecure, jealous, petty, small-minded people got in their feelings and set up a false barometer of holiness based off of a dress. Now, you got to help some people, because some people have embraced the full knowledge of ignorance without any assistance for understanding. The dress was not see-through. The dress was flesh color. But because you ain't never been nowhere and ain't never been exposed to nothing, furthermore, I needed to set the record straight. Y'all don't like this. I need to set the record straight. I bought the dress. And I like it. I don't care whether you like it or not. She ain't mad to y'all. She mad to me. Now, if you wanted a first lady that looked like Little House on the Prairie and Holly Hobby, you got the wrong church. I wanted a wife I would rush home to, that I wanted to be excited to see. When we walked in there, I said, shake it fast, watch yourself. If you don't have nobody that you excited about, trade that booger in and find you somebody that Negroes can talk about. How did you bag that? Let me say to you, I'm a public servant. I've been a public servant my whole life. I don't mind, nor am I offended, nor am I moved if you talk about me. Have at it. But you ain't gonna talk about my wife. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me. The same way you respect me, you gonna have to respect her. And if you don't respect her, find you somewhere else to go. Y'all ain't saying nothing to me, but you ain't gonna be in my face and dishonor my wife. Y'all ain't saying nothing. I need some people that will fight for yours, that will stand for yours, that will demand respect for yours. I need to deal.
All right, all right, all right. That was everything for me. That filled my spirit up. So I want to say, because again, we don't do the male bashing over here. Yes, we're going to get on the whole idea of how patriarchy, but again, I'm also going to say how it's also jealous broads. I'm going to talk about both sides of these things, right? How people want to just try to control and dictate what a woman should do. And it's not just the men, it's not just the women. So at the end of the day, her husband said, I wanted to see my wife in it. I bought the dress. And then we are the same group of people that want to be like, these men don't protect, these men don't provide, these men, they're not doing. That is what a man's supposed to do. Because I don't know why we had this idea that I'm supposed to be all buttoned up when it comes down to what my man wants to see me in. If my man knows that my body is banging, if my man knows how to make me dress appropriately, if he wants to dress me and that's what he does and he dresses me appropriately and he's like, baby, I want you in this, guess what I'm gonna do? Guess what she did? Guess what a lot of women would do if y'all had that man that actually protected and provided for you and actually had enough self-esteem in himself and in you, self-confidence in himself, self-reassurance and insurance in himself and you, where he would actually be okay with you wearing that. But a lot of times we deal with these insecure men, these insecure women, these jealous men, these jealous women. I don't want nobody looking at my wife. I don't want nobody looking at my husband. No, baby girl, baby boy, if your person look good, your person look good. Why wouldn't you want to show it off? Like how he said, how'd you bag that? What's wrong with that? So God Flavor, shout out to you. And also y'all, you know, we in church today. Hit the cash app. Send some donations. Send some love. But until then, showing off your wife to the world. Why not keep her to yourself? And you know how other brothers are looking, watching, and plotting. So God Flavor, I hope, because I saw you chat earlier, and I see y'all chats, and I got something for them. I got it. I promise you. I'm not quick draw, but I got something for it, right? So at the end of the day, like I said earlier, this is what most people do. At the end of the day, just because I'm married and I'm in a relationship does not mean I'm dead. It does not mean I have to keep myself just so closed off and only for my husband, especially if it's still appropriate attire. What she was wearing was not inappropriate. And again, are we saying the moment that you get a Lamborghini, you're not going to go drive that Lamborghini? You're going to be scared that people going to be looking at your Lamborghini and be like, oh, now I got Flavor, got a Lamborghini. Now I got a F got Flavor because he got that Lamborghini. Why he just don't keep the Lamborghini in the garage? What? What? So if I now have, listen, shout out to the ladies. If I got this Birkin's only supposed to stay in my house now. I'm only supposed to show. I'm only supposed to just have the Birkin. What? Keep it in a glass case. And that's the whole concept of a trophy wife, right? When a lot of these people just want something to show off for the sake of saying that they have it. The moment you get an exotic animal, oh, I got a tiger, but then you get mad when the tiger want to act like a tiger, right? That don't make sense to me. Let me see what y'all talking about. Let me see what y'all talking about. He does care. People talking about it. I mean, people are talking about it. So because I respond to it, I mean, he's allowed to care. People are talking about his wife. That's his wife. That's not some chick he doesn't know. That's his wife. He is allowed to respond. She's allowed to respond. People are allowed to say what they need to say because at the end of the day, yes, we know when we're public figures, when we're content creators, when we put ourselves out to the public, yes, the public can say what they want. Y'all have freedom of speech. We have free will. But at the end of the day, so do I. So if I feel like responding to it, I'm going to respond to it. There's nothing wrong with that. But again, Chaco, even with him doing all that, I mean, I liked it. Listen, if you're gonna be quoting mystical in church, I'm not mad at you, dog. But again, the man did make good points, right? They rose so much money for HBCUs. It was one of the best turnouts for a charity event for the I think he said it was for the NAACP. It was one of the best turnouts financially and for people to show up there. So again, as Black people, that's why we have to stop focusing on just things that are so irrelevant. We focus on the lack of nuance when it comes down to the actual bigger picture of things. And that's what's wrong with us as a people in our society. Because again, the money rose for something so substantial and so amazing, and all people could focus on was a freaking dress. Come on, be for real. I need people to really be for real right now. Get back to us in about 1 year when we find out both of them got infidelities. And again, y'all be wishing stuff on people. Again, people aren't perfect. And if they do, they do. I want to know all these people who do have their wives just hitting up and just so closed off how great they are. Look at Derek Jackson. And then you have your wife so suffocated where she doesn't even want to, and I'm gonna bring this up later because it's in my notes to talk about it. But that's the whole reason why Megan Good even left Devon Franklin. Because again, y'all, you cannot just keep women, people. You cannot have something just so amazing, so precious, so awesome, and just think that you're just gonna keep it so closed and just keep it to yourself. Because the moment you do that, all you're doing is just tight fisting it. You're holding it so hard where it can never be free. So then all it's gonna want to do is get the frick away from you. It's gonna get away from you so quickly. Hightail it out of there. And then you're gonna be like, well, what happened? You're restrictive. You're not enjoyable. They look like they're actually a happy and enjoyable couple because he doesn't restrict her, because she doesn't restrict him. No one's saying just be so loosey-goosey in relationships, but again, the dress was fine. I'm going to keep reiterating that. The dress was fine. I'm sorry, y'all. I don't mean to be yelling at y'all. I'm so sorry. But that gets on my nerves. See, y'all hating. Y'all hating in this chat. I agree, Michelle. Let everybody tell it. Everybody gay. Everybody, just because unhappy people want to be unhappy. Don't be in the relationship then. That's not your relationship. If he is, he is. If he ain't, he ain't. He's with a woman. Y'all ain't got no proof. And see, this is the mindset right here. This is the mindset right here. The purpose of buying a Lambo is to show it off. So again, that's the whole point. If you got a bad for a wife, what's the problem? I'm still waiting for people in the chat to tell me what was wrong with the dress. Like Pastor Bryant said, it wasn't a see-through dress. It was flesh-colored material. Because again, that's what negative space is for my non-fashion girlies and guys. Negative space is supposed to give the illusion, like I said earlier. When he was talking, I see a player. And I mean, listen, we were all of the world one day, right? And this is what I don't like when it comes down to the idea of Christianity, that people like to believe that with the way God reforms, and I'm not, for those who believe, shout out to my believers, I am one. But for those who don't, I don't try to make my channel where everyone can't really get along and just be enjoyable. But again, the whole point of redeeming and I guess dedicating your life and giving your life around, you're not supposed to be the same person. But God is not telling you to just completely destroy who you are either. There are good things about your bad. There are bad things about your good. So at the end of the day, if the man was a former player, if the man was a former anything, he could have been a former PIMP, right? But at the end of the day, if that man decided to give his life to God, dedicate his life to Christ, what's the problem if that's how he's living? All he's saying is, I like how my wife looks. I bought the dress for my wife. We rose the money. My wife is a praying woman. Like, I'm listening to this man, and it's really pissing me off because it sounded like y'all not listening to what that man said. But again, this holier than thou. I want y'all to cast the first stone. And I really want y'all to run down your infidelities, your wrongdoings. And I want you to go to the same Jesus that these people are praying to. And I want to see. I really want to see how high and mighty, how more moral you are than anyone else in this world. Because again, there was nothing wrong with the dress. The man said he bought the dress. She didn't do anything behind his back. He liked the dress. He liked, I'm sure when they got home, because again, y'all are going to be really shocked about this. But Christian pastors and wives have sex. Y'all know that, right? So I'm sure he took that dress off her, and I'm sure he got it in very happily, very righteously. But again, we're just so caught up in the fact that the dress. And it's really frustrating because again, y'all want to be so holier than thou, but then when y'all have a human moment, you want people to just forget about it and turn their heads from it. But y'all be so ready to cast a stone at someone else for their human moment, right? And that's really frustrating, and it's really a shame on y'all. Quit suppressing greatness. I agree. And see, Michelle, I didn't even know she was 59. She looks amazing. She looks fantastic. And Riaz, your fashion sense is still your fashion sense because people are still going to have something to say about your fashion sense. As a streetwear, for people who wear streetwear, oh, you're a thug, you're this, you're a YN. But Riaz is one of the sweetest people we know. So again, the clothes don't make the man either. And I need people to understand that. That's why the separation has to be done. Hold on. Shout out to Renee. The pastor's wife should not be giving an illusion. It's his wife. She's not giving an illusion. The illusion is in the clothes. So again, the same way that we can have clothes that give an illusion of a smaller waist, we can have clothes that give the illusion of, if y'all remember way back when, the dress that was gold and white, or was it blue and black? Clothes can give illusions. That's the whole point of fashion. Again, we need to separate the fact that the clothes do not make the man. That dress was fine. I'm going to keep reiterating that. I'll clip it up a million times just so I can get my point across. The dress was fine. Let me go back to the dress while I'm talking, because the dress at hand, we're just going to have to keep looking at it because I'm really not understanding. And again, I'm begging at this point, someone please tell me what was wrong with the dress. Give me any kind of detail on what you see that is actually wrong with this amazing gown. Okay, so she's 44. I didn't know. Either way, she looks fantastic. She looks really good. Let me see. Did I catch up? Hidden obedience is better than public applauses. I'm not understanding where she didn't go for public applauses. It was a dress that her husband wanted her to wear. They probably went to the boutique. They went to wherever, and they said it was a good dress. But welcome in to everyone that I didn't get to say hello, DJ Mr. Music, Mr. DJ Music. Y'all, please make sure to hit the like, subscribe, share it out. Happy Sunday. If that man didn't have a problem with that dress, why would I? That's his woman, period, Mr. Music. And this is why people be in the business that they shouldn't be in. Hello, Tyranny. I will be opening the panel, y'all, so just bear with me while I get through my little monologue and my little clips, because I guess y'all won't talk about this, so we gonna talk about it. Hello, H&M. Welcome. Okay, so Michelle's saying she's 59, Rue. So I don't know. I'm definitely thinking that she. I mean, listen. That is a good-looking woman. Okay. So Roxy, you dating a dreadhead with gold teeth? I don't have an issue with gold teeth. I don't have an issue with dreads. I mean, again, that doesn't make the man. And again, these are also things that are in our culture. Curves are in our culture. Gold teeth are in our culture. Locks are in our culture. We have so many beautiful things that people have tried, society has tried to suppress in us, to make us hate, to make us dislike, to the point where they even make us like dislike our own features, right? And I'm not trying to get into all that when it comes down to featureism, texturism. I'm not trying to do all that, but I think people just need to loosen up. You have dreadheads in the church. That doesn't make them less than. You have people who have a past in the church. That doesn't make them less than. And I need people to stop playing like they're just so amazing and they just never lived in sin. They never had anything before, right? So I don't know. Man. Yes. Long story short, if that was how the man I was with looked, I would date him. If he's still a good man, if he's taking care of what he needs to take care of, yes, that is not an issue for Roxy. All right. So going back to my notes real quick. When one extreme is enforced, the other is born. Here's the part that people avoid. When women are constantly shamed, controlled, and policed, the response is often the opposite extreme. That's how we have this hypersexualized 304 culture that has emerged, right? It's not randomly, not because women lack values, because control breeds rebellion every time. Some women said, if you're going to sexualize me anyway, I'll control the narrative by myself, for myself. That doesn't mean that every expression is healthy, but it does mean that rebellion is reactive. It's not accidental. Cutting up, cutting up. What did Mr. Music say? If he wasn't a pastor, we wouldn't be talking about what she wore. No one has a problem with Kanye letting his chick rock around half naked. Mr. Music, Kanye's woman has walked around completely naked. And people, listen. Didn't say this. Roxy has no issue with the human body. I enjoy my body. The only reason why clothes are even required is because clothes are required in the society that we live in. If I could be on a beach where clothes are not required, guess where I would be? And I need people to understand there is something so freeing about just not letting society completely dictate what you want to do. The dress that I'm wearing, some may deem it as inappropriate. The way that I wear my hair would be deemed as inappropriate depending on where I go. There's so much that we would deem inappropriate for no reason, just because people want to have some type of control of the narrative. People hate a free spirit. And people also just, again, I'm a curvy girl. People would want me to tone it down because we're going to get into it. And Rue also hit on it a little earlier. The fact that some men can't control themselves in their gaze. Point blank, period. And even got flavor. Shout out to you because you even brought it up. Why would another man want to show off his wife because other men are going to be looking? And my mindset is, why is that man's concern? It's his woman. She's coming back home to him. He knows she looks good. He knows other men knows that she looks good. So at the end of the day, what's the problem? Wait, let me go ahead and get my banner. Oop, hold on. The church and the women who don't fit the box, right? We've seen this pattern before, and I brought this up before. Look at Megan Good, a woman who was spiritual, stylish, sensual, and even confident. And what happened? Her faith was questioned. Her body was blamed for male temptation. She was treated as the issue. Even when she married Devon Franklin, like I said earlier, the pressure never shifted to protection. It always stayed on her presentation. Men silence protection and wanting it both ways. A lot of men enjoy having beautiful, desirable women. They like the dress, they like the attention, they like the status, but they don't clarify expectations ahead of time. Speak up publicly, protect her when the backlash comes. And we just saw this amazing husband just do that. So again, we can't complain when we see the things that we are saying we want and desire happening. This man stood up for his wife in the most amazing way. And again, shout out to Pastor Bryant for that. Say what y'all want to say about him. The man did what he had to do, and he did it well. They will go with the flow until criticism hits. Then suddenly it's, well, maybe you shouldn't have worn that. You know how people talk. I didn't want these problems. That's not leadership. That's convenience. Men want the sexy woman, but only for them. Desired, but unseen. Visible, but silent. And that silence protects him while she absorbs the judgment. And that's why, as much as y'all want to say anything y'all want to say about that man did the right thing and protected and covered his wife. As y'all say, husbands should be the covering that they should be. He did it, and y'all still got something to say. So let me go ahead because let me see. I thought I had one more video. I did. Hold on. And then I'm gonna finish up and then we'll open up the panel. Hold on, party people. Doo-doo-doo-doo.
Did you have even a sliver of doubt before you walked out to go to the event about the dress and that it might create a stir?
People have said, oh, she knew it would get this reaction. My ego is not that big. Wow. I don't dress for people. I dress for myself and for my husband. I am a wife. Yeah. I'm a wife. I'm a daughter. I have a doctorate. I'm a professor. There are plenty of things that I do. And the challenge is we often want to see a woman be one-dimensional. I am multi-dimensional. I carry multiple titles. Now, what you choose to call me on whatever day is fine for whatever that might be. But I think that there is this idea that a woman can only be one thing. Mm-hmm. And once I happened to marry a pastor, I happened to fall in love with a man who is a pastor, right? Mm-hmm. And so with that came the title of First Lady. But there is no book for that. There is no manual for what that looks like. And I have decided that the title does not define me. I define what the title is.
So she is 59. Again, she looks fantastic. I hope I look that good at 59. I'm going to keep working my butt off to make sure that I do. Because she looks damn well. Damn good. Shout out to her. All right. So shout out to Rue. And shout out to God Flavor. Because they kind of both hit on this. Listen, y'all gotta let your girl cook. I told y'all I might be a little slow to the draw, but I got y'all. She's triggering lust, or is he avoiding accountability? All right, y'all just gonna be arguing about this woman's age. Somebody get me that woman's birth certificate. Now let's address one of the most dangerous arguments. Women trigger lust in men. Attraction is human, but claiming attraction removes responsibility. That's where logic collapses. Self-control is a marker of maturity. So when men say, I couldn't help it, that's just how men are, what are we actually saying about yourselves? Animals act on instinct. Humans are expected to have discernment. You cannot demand leadership, authority, and respect while arguing your lack of self-control. Women are not responsible for managing men's lust. Men are responsible for managing themselves. Like I said, I don't want this to just strictly be about men and the lack of their self-control. But again, that is something that has to be corrected and has to be checked on, because if men are just trying to say it's because she looked good and she's triggering men's lust and that's not how first lady should dress and blah 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 blah, she should dress like a nun because she's a first lady, she gave up all that when she became a first lady. Like she said, I just happened to fall in love with a pastor. Again, there's nothing that says anywhere where, and as much as people want to throw the Bible, there's nothing that says anywhere about what she wore, because there was nothing lacking modesty with what she wore. She was not showing any skin besides, again, her shoulders, maybe a couple of inches of cleavage, and a dégagé. Now, shout out to Riaz, because Riaz did say that there are women that feel empowered covering up. And I agree. Shout out to them as well. But the whole point isn't because they're covered up or they're not covered up. Women feel empowered for wearing what they feel comfortable wearing. Point blank, period. Now, some cultures and some religions, they will make it where women have no choice in that right. But again, if that is what she feels comfortable in, that is the most empowering thing that she's going to be able to wear, period. This is a new age, and style evolves. All right, y'all. Every time this happens, someone says, First ladies used to dress differently. Yes. And much of that came from restriction, not moral superiority. Style evolves, culture evolves, women evolve. Some criticism isn't about holiness, it's about discomfort with freedom. Confidence and bodies that were never allowed to be celebrated before. Lack of style is not a moral high ground. We can honor the past without being imprisoned by it. Shout out to Mr. DJ Music. I think I got one more TikTok that I want to show y'all because it was a matter of how they thought a first lady should dress. Hold on, is it this one? Let's see. It's not that one. Hold on. Okay, so it's this one. So basically, going back to what I was saying about how style evolves, but how people want to be like, this is not how first lady should dress, and it's just something quick. It's nothing crazy. But I want to show how back in the day we knew a first lady to dress versus, I guess, how again, and y'all, she's not at church. She's at a event, a gala-like event for charity.
Hold up, bring the beat back. Stop. Hold up, bring the beat back.
So this is the comparison, right? And can I blow it up? Hold on. Let's see. Is it full screen already? I think it's full screen. But yeah, so either way, they are trying to compare new era first lady versus old school first lady, right? Again, both women look beautiful. We've all seen our grandmothers. We all have pictures of seeing women look like this. Beautiful women. No one is denying the beauty of these women. But at the end of the day, things evolve, like I was saying. Some criticism isn't about holiness. It's about discomfort with freedom. Confidence and bodies that were never allowed to be celebrated before. And like I said before, lack of style is not a moral high ground. We can honor the past without being imprisoned by it. Now, like I said, I will see if people actually want to have the discussion. I'm going to go ahead and open up the panel. Give me a second. Again, I'm still waiting for people to actually tell me what's wrong with the dress. Let me go to my YouTube so I can pin the link. So give me a second. If you are clicking the link, let me go in there real quick to my live. Where's the chat? Welcome in, Black Beauty. Hello, hello, sis. All right, so I went ahead and pinned the link. It looks like Riaz is in the back. What's up, Riaz?
Oh, what up?
What up, what up? You sound good. Welcome in, Black Beauty, my love. All right, so Riaz, I know you were telling me about your opinion on this with you being a Muslim, practicing Muslim. So tell me what you want to go ahead and put your 2 cents on. How did you feel about the dress?
No judgment. If that's just between them both, that's between them both. Me personally, in my opinion, I just don't feel like, it's not that I don't like it. I just, I just think differently in my opinion, though. I just don't think it was I was going to say not appropriate, but who am I to actually say anything based on that type thing, though, man?
Mm-hmm.
I know it's like basically a different era and stuff like that, but I'm too old school, so even at 24, I'm acting like that, though.
So you're saying you wouldn't let your wife wear the dress?
Me personally, no, and I don't feel like she wants to either. I mean, it's up to her. If she wants to, she wants to. I'm not going to stop her, but I prefer she don't.
Okay. What's up, Brew?
Yo, what's up? What's up? You hear me?
Yeah, I
You're
hear
a
you.
little low.
Oh shit. What about now? Y'all hear me?
Yeah. All right,
Is it better?
so tell
Is it
me,
better?
Brew, would you let your wife wear the dress?
Now I want to make sure I'm clear. 'Cause I can come back on the on the Google. If I come back, am I loud enough?
You sound
You're
fine to
you're
me.
good. You're good though.
Can
All right.
someone let me know in the chat how the gentleman sound?
Everything straight. Now look, look.
Anybody in the chat, if y'all can let me know how the gentleman sound real quick for me. What's up, H&M?
So let me ask a question about this, right? So I be wanting to know for real about why do certain men feel like they deserve to have like a baddie, but don't know how to cultivate that baddie, let alone know how to pour into it and contribute to making that baddie even more desirable, just by you being her man alone and you investing in her, and yet you getting the things that she need done. Like when he said he bought the dress, you feel me? Now,
Mhm.
see, all this talk we've been hearing about in the manosphere for the longest about how it's so much simping for a man to show off their wife, let alone you pouring into your wife and you invest into your wife and you making her look good in front of people. Why do a lot of men feel like they deserve to have a wife like that in the first place if they don't know what to do with it?
You want me to answer, or would you like the
Yeah,
gentleman on here to answer?
anybody can answer. Anybody.
I personally don't believe that they do. Respectfully, I think a lot of people think they want something, but then they get afraid of the backlash that comes with it, or they get afraid of, because again, just because it's a good thing doesn't mean that bad or negative things won't come with it, right? So a lot of people will pray for certain things and want certain things, but the moment that they get it, they're not really ready for, I guess, the quote unquote negative things that will also come with it, or the responsibility
Mm,
that will come with it.
So
you have a
is that
point.
insecure? Is that just insecurity, or is that just trying to oppress somebody, or suppress what they're doing? Is that insecurity or suppression?
It's lack of awareness of what you're asking for one. It's also a control thing, which can come from insecurities. It can be in, again, yes, it can be a suppression type of thing. Like I said earlier, when God Flavor had pointed it out, people want a trophy wife, but that's the only thing they want. What do you do with a trophy usually? You keep it on a
Yeah, in this
shelf.
case, yeah.
You don't do anything with the trophy. It just stays there looking how it looks.
And yeah, one more thing before I get quiet about this, all right? So, like, according to even what Mr. Music said, I agree. 'Cause I said it first. I said it earlier, right? Um, if Pastor Bryant is with her on that, then why are people even having anything to say about it? And it would be probably one thing if she, because the dress is not bad at all, just based on something I would get for my woman. But let's just say if you want to use the church lady thing narrative, and if she did that behind his back, that might be a little more valid. But
Mhm.
you can't discredit her when she's with the guy who got it for her.
I
I
And
don't
I
guess
know.
agree.
you I guess you have a point though when you're saying, some people what they do is they call out and they mean other people's sin, but they themselves commit worse sins than the actual person, though, and their sins literally get exposed, or they act better than they actually are, but they're not being what they actually are. So when I actually said it like that, that type of thing.
Hmm.
And even to that point, it's again because people now, I saw a couple of people in the chat wanting to say that the man was bisexual, he was gay, and again, we're just throwing stuff out there to make it stick. That doesn't make a point, because at the end of the day, the man covered his wife, the man protected his wife, he stood up for his wife, and people still have an issue with it because apparently he wasn't supposed to let her wear it in the first place. The man said he wanted to see her in it. He wants a woman that looks good. And like, and again, shout out to Mr. DJ Music, because he even said it. Most men aren't trying to come home to something that they don't want to be around, that they're not attracted to. So again, like you were saying, Rue, I'm not understanding the sense of suppression that people want to do when it comes down to how a woman dresses, especially when again the dress was fine. It was not an inappropriate dress. But H&M also came up, and Michelle. H&M, you're on mute.
Can y'all hear me?
Yes,
Yeah.
hold on. And Chaco, no. I'm not blaming. I'm just saying, because if it wasn't you, it would have been anyone else. Anything that people could have just tried to throw out there. So I'm just letting it be known. We cannot demand men to protect. We cannot ask men to protect. We cannot ask men to provide. He provided the dress. He protected his wife. He stood with his wife the whole time. We cannot ask men to do these things and then we try to bash them in the same breath. when they do these things, just because now we're trying to look for something to just claw onto. There was nothing wrong with how this couple handled it. There was nothing wrong with what this couple did. Besides the fact that people believe because they're a pastor and a first lady that they should carry themselves a certain way. Who are y'all? Fuck y'all.
So is the people saying that
Wait, I was just
is the people saying that he's gay because he's pointing to his wife, or is it something that he's done with another man? I mean, because like folks have used that too. Like you must be, like you care about what your wife is wearing and you care about how your wife look. That's some homosexual tendencies too. No, but so I'm confused about that part. But you go ahead, you got it.
I mean, and I'm gonna give it to H&M in a second. Most men, respectfully, if done correctly, they want to dress their wives. They want to put into their wives. Most men who actually, let me rephrase that. Most men who actually like their women, who actually want women besides just what they can get out of a woman, if they actually see something in that woman and they want to pour into her, they're going to do so. And in the sense of, without trying to sound too religious about it, most men are going to pour into their wives in their own image. They're going to make her into what they want her to be or what they want to see her in. And a lot of times women will acquiesce to this because, again, we do have a natural desire to please our man, especially if our man is not putting us over the ledge or doing something that's going to break or hurt us. We're going to acquiesce to that man because that's who we love, especially if he knows our style. He knows what we like to dress. He knows what we're comfortable in, which is what it sounds like that couple did. It sounds like Pastor Bryant and his wife both liked the dress. So what the hell is wrong with wanting her to wear it? Go ahead, H&M. I'm sorry. I didn't mean to cut you off.
It's all good. How y'all doing? And happy, I know I'm a little late, but happy New Year.
Happy New Year.
Happy New Year. Oh yeah, basically, but
Shout out.
I'm wearing a tech
But
fleece.
let me say that.
Hold on real quick, Riaz.
I'm wearing a tech
Cool.
fleece. Yeah.
A tech fleece, he says. Okay.
Yeah, Nike tech fleece though. Basically, them clothes is like
See,
rap
Riaz, they would say
clothes.
you dressing like a YN out
Okay,
here.
let me dress like that, bro. I don't care if I look like a gangster. Okay, let me be
Like a
gangster then.
gangsta. I know that's
Let
right.
me
Just don't
be.
attract the wrong people doing that. Just saying. But
No, I was just joking. Basically, this is
but as far as
fashion,
that
actually. I was
pastor's
just
wife
joking.
is concerned, first of all, he put it on social media, so yeah, we're gonna make it a topic of discussion because so we're gonna have something to say. And second of all, as far as that dress goes, this is a pastor's wife we're talking about here. She's not conducting herself like a pastor's wife should. Now, if that was Cardi B or Meg Thee Stallion or Nicki Minaj wearing that shit, we probably wouldn't care because they're in the entertainment industry. We expect that from them. But if you're a pastor's wife or a first lady, you got to kind of carry yourself in a manner that separates you from the rest of the women.
Hold on, H.
That would be like a man going to church with his pants hanging off his ass. That's not appropriate either for a pastor to do, now is it?
Hold on.
So,
Hold on, both of you. Hold on, everybody, hold on, real quick.
What's going?
H&M. Show me.
Yes.
I've just posted the dress. Show me what's inappropriate about this dress.
You can see right through the damn thing. Almost.
No, you cannot.
Yes, you can.
So hold on. So
that's
again,
something you wear at the BMA Awards or some shit.
Hold on.
Ro, zoom in a little bit if you can.
I'm about to. Let me see what I can do. Hold on.
Take your time.
Because again, I need people to understand what nude color and what negative space on a dress looks like. Let me see. Hold on. It won't let me zoom. Hold on. 1 second, people. Because H&M, the whole point that I'm even bringing up, it's not a see-through dress. That is a nude color dress. Let me see if it... Because I'm even going to see if the article...
Call it what you want. Was that appropriate for a pastor's wife?
Hold on. Because it's even right here. Because again, I like fashion. I'm not a complete fashion girly, but I'm a... Riaz, I think you got some background, sweetie?
Hold on.
Do you mind muting for me real quick? Okay, hold on. It's not Riaz then. Somebody's got background. Okay. All right, hold on real quick. I'm just y'all can unmute yourselves in a moment. I'm just gonna mute everybody while I do this real quick. I think it's you, Michelle, because it's not letting me mute. So, anyways, real quick to H&M's point, and again to anybody that's new, the whole point of this dress. Critics say the dress is inappropriate for a pastor's wife. The dress in question was a figure-hugging strapless gown with lace detailing. The half top was flesh-toned, which caused some people to mistake it for sheer or see-through dress. In other words, people are angry about the perceived nudity of the part of the pastor's wife. So again, the dress is not a see-through dress. For people who are not made, for people who don't know fashion, for all that good stuff, the dress is a illusion dress. You cannot see, if you actually look, you cannot see skin anywhere on her body except maybe her gloves. Other than that, that is all material. That is all fabric. That is how dresses work. Go ahead, H&M, finish, and then Rue, I think you were about to also hit on a point. Welcome in, welcome in.
You can kind of see her skin through that dress.
You cannot.
So
the only skin that you can possibly see.
That's part of the dress. That's part of the dress. It's not her skin tone or her body being shown.
I don't get colored dress.
H&M asked a question though. H&M refers though, right? So she's with So she's with her actual husband. So if he just go according to how men move, if the man approve of what goes on in his household, whether with his wife or his children, then why do we have the right to say anything about that?
You have a point though.
Wait, say that.
If
so
the lady,
okay,
if the lady is with, or you
go ahead. I'm sorry.
No, I'm saying if she's with her actual husband.
No, I'm just saying.
No, she's not going behind her husband back doing this. She's walking with her actual husband. And I thought we as men understood that if a man approve anything that goes on in and out of his household, that we as other men shouldn't have nothing to say about it.
Okay, I get what you're saying. Now, my question is this: to answer that, if you're allowing your wife to wear provocative clothing that you approve of and purchase for her, what does that say about you as a man?
What is provocative?
What does that say about you?
What is provocative about this dress? It is an illusion dress.
Okay.
There is no nudity in this dress.
The provocative, hold on, let me say it real fast. The provocative, what I'm hearing is the fact that she got a nice shape, that she got a nice body.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
No.
That ain't got nothing to do with it.
All right, if she was obese, you wouldn't say she's provocative. That's what I'm saying though. Like, it's because it fits her body and her body. Hold on, HM, hold on. The fact that she got a nice shape, she got the body that most men would go for. And the fact that the dress is considered to be more on the sexy side, it's not a prudish type dress. That's what makes it provocative. So let's just say if she wasn't attractive, you wouldn't say that.
I don't agree because you can have a nice shape and be covered up. It's not about the shape. It's about the quality of the clothes. You can have a nice shape and be covered up and still look good. I see it all the time when I go to church.
But still,
ladies got some nice feet, but they're wearing like skirts down to their knees and high heels.
Hold on, let roll.
I was hoping this would come up, and you said the magic word. If this was a Pee Wee Herman show, I would have some bells and whistles for you, H&M. The quality of the dress, correct? So yes, I'm trying to find the actual designer. So hold on. The First Lady's custom gown was designed by Michigan-based fashion house Gisela Couture. And while the curve-hugging silhouette most definitely gives the illusion of sexiness, Bryant isn't showing any skin. The painstakingly constructed gown is made of flesh-toned fabric with a black mesh overlay. So hold on. So we're gonna look at the dress without it actually being on the body, because again, I know a lot of men, this is not your where a lot of your attention would be. Y'all just see the dress and y'all just assume some stuff, right? So hold on. We're about to look at the dress. Let's see. So I have it pulled up right here. That is a flesh-colored dress, H&M, with a mesh overlay. No skin was showing. Other people have worn it. Same thing for Beyonce.
Remove that banner real fast so we can see it.
Oh, hold on. Go back to StreamYard. Hold on.
I see what you mean. So no skin is showing. That's just the material for the dress. Okay, fair enough.
Okay.
So the thing is, why did nobody do the research on it before they start making the
Wait, but
the, the
I'll be
negative
real
the
with
negative
you though.
criticism? Now hold up, what I'm saying though, why no one cared to look it up themselves before you started critiquing and assuming that it was something that it wasn't? Like, what's that about?
Look at
Okay,
this
wait, I
beautiful
was
dress.
gonna wait, sorry,
Look
can I
how
keep it real as
beautiful.
well then?
Absolutely. Give me 1 second, Riaz, because I didn't even get to show the full outfit. Look how beautiful, classy. Look at the finish of the dress. This is a gown, by the way. And everybody calling it a dress, it really shows how classless they are. And I'm not even trying to be elitist right now because I don't have nothing. But at the end of the day, this is a beautiful gown from head to toe. And now that we know that there was no flesh being shown, no flesh was shown. It's just amazing to me that people don't really understand how fashion actually works, especially when you're going to an upscale event like an NAACP charity event. Y'all are crazy. Go ahead. I'm
But
sorry,
but, but, my, but
Riaz.
my thing but my thing is, why
Okay,
are we?
wait.
My bad. Go
I
ahead.
was just gonna say basically though, that's why I didn't read. I didn't speak on it though as much because one, I wanted to see more details too because there's more details that's gonna come out anyway. That's one, and two though, I don't speak because what do I know? I'm just a virgin. I ain't married yet, and also I'm culturally different though, you know. And I don't judge though. That's just between the both of them. That's between the both of them. So I'm just like, look, I ain't critiquing that though. I'm just
So
basically, I think what I think, but same time, no, I'm open to the idea of what you both are telling me, though. So
but
say
but,
what you
but see
guys
my
say.
but see my thing is though, why the men on here is disrespecting the man, the husband, like as if she's not with him. It's like that's the part that's getting me though. I thought we respected men enough to say, you know what? Okay, not shame the man. Like when I'm hearing HM, like you trying to shame him by saying what kind of guy is he? I obviously he's a guy who don't mind his wife wearing this type of dress. Like I wouldn't mind my girl wearing that type of dress neither though. There's no shame and
Well,
tactic involved. Listen, there's no shame and tactic when the man is saying, "Look, I bought it. I want my woman in this, and I'm gonna walk with her when she walking in it." Though it's like, so what do another man got to say about this shit at this point?
oh, okay, I have a point. I was gonna ask this, Ruth. Do you think there's a little bit they're hypocritical as well when it comes, what about the guys themselves, the stuff they wear and stuff like that? Do you think they're hypocritical when it's them? No, it's okay, but when it's somebody else, it's not. So is that what you're
Even
saying?
in the sense of the dress being called risque, it's not even that risque. Again, I just showed Beyonce in a tone flesh dress as well. There are many a times where
But Beyonce's
that's
in
the whole point.
entertainment.
Hold on, hold on,
Okay.
because at the end of the day, it is still in the name of entertainment, whether y'all want to agree or not. Most of these mega churches are still in the entertainment industry. That's why a lot of these so-called entertainers go to those mega churches. So again, when you hobnob with people, when you
And
mix
that's the
class with
problem.
people, that's not. Because again, y'all are. It's really weird for people to say that's a problem because now you're saying entertainers can't go to church. Is that not what we want them to do? So again, when you are in a class
I'm
with
not saying
each
they
other,
can't.
or when
I've been interrupted. HM, what's up, man?
I think he has a delay.
My bad, my bad. I'm sorry.
Again, y'all keep saying
My
it's
bad.
because
Go
she's a
ahead.
pastor's wife. No,
I'll be
you're
right
fine.
back.
You have a delay, H&M. It's fine. It's a matter of these people hobnob with each other, right? And these people will share the same designers. These people will share the same boutiques. The couture, Gisela Couture is whoever designed this dress. Chaco Kitty, hit the link. Hit the link, please. Y'all killing me. Again, I'm going to keep saying this until I'm blue in the face. There's nothing wrong with this dress. This gown is absolutely gorgeous. It's not risque because, again, fashion designers have always made. Thank you, boo. And again, fashion designers have always made it where the illusion dress has been a thing. Whether it's this much negative space or not, her body is completely covered. There is nothing showing as far as flesh or anything else. The only flesh that you can really see, again, is up here. So I'm not really understanding when she goes to a charity event, just because she's a pastor's wife, we have to dictate what she wears when she's wearing a fully clothed outfit. Y'all sound crazy. Nah, Chocolate Kitty, you over here laughing. Go ahead, hit it. agree, Chakra Love. But I'm just saying, to try to deem this dress as inappropriate as people are really trying to make it seem just because she's a pastor wife, that is subjective as well. And it's even objectifying her as a woman. And we're not really going to say that.
Well, you have a point, and just like how you brought up about me, the stuff I'm wearing, I'm like gangster rapper or whatever like that. Over here, we call that roadman fashion. You know why they call themselves roadmen? Because it's people who know
Roadman.
the area. Roadman. They call themselves roadman because they know their area and they're kind of doing that kind of stuff while they live that lifestyle. So the way they dress is called the roadman fashion, though. But they made it really popular called rappers and stuff like that. So it's called a roadman fashion now.
Shout out to Chakra because she's saying we all know this is attention seeking. I want
You
to
have a
ask the
point.
question. Give me 1 second, Riaz, because then I'm also going to let, I know Michelle was trying to get in, and then Choco Kitty, hello, my love. I want to ask the question, right? What's wrong with attention seeking? I think people take this whole idea of attention seeking to a weird extreme as well. There's nothing wrong with wanting attention. We're all human. People like attention. When we're on YouTube, we want attention. So I'm not understanding why we have to take everything to these extremes where now she's attention seeking. Yes, she wants to look good. Yes, she wants her husband to see her look good. When I step out and I know I look good, yes, there are going to be times where I like to hear it from other people. Since when is that a bad thing? And I'm going to let Michelle get in there, and then Chaco, if you also want to get in there, boo.
You can hear me?
Yes, Michelle.
I hear you.
Look, I just was agreeing with you. I don't see nothing wrong with the dress at the end of the
It's a
day.
beautiful gown. It's beautiful.
She not at a church. She not at a church. She at an event. So,
I agree.
and just like he said, he bought the dress. So, he know what his wife was wearing. So, to be hype about it. Come on now.
Mm-hmm. And I'm
And
sure
the
he was
main
ready to
people
take it off
talking
her
about
too.
it, and the main people criticize her. It's the non-Christian. You notice that? Yeah, the non-Christian. Be the man, be the first one to catch the stone. But I
I know
feel
that's right.
like this. I feel like this. Everybody got a past. Everybody got a history. Ain't nobody perfect but God. So come on, we trying to get
You
there,
have a
but
point.
we ain't made it there. Yeah. So I can't nobody really be criticized. And then
And
especially in the YouTube script, they can't nobody really
mm-hmm.
criticize nobody, to be honest. So
Oh,
keep it real.
you sure right about that.
But
But Stephen Chocolate Love. Go ahead, Bill. I'm sorry.
I ain't saying too much because I'm not married. But even if I was, look, she wearing a dress for him. Not, I feel I understand what a lot of women saying. I don't want my husband looking. Well, that ain't got nothing to do with him because your husband looking. A man gonna look regardless. He ain't gay or blind, so he gonna look regardless. So it
Girl,
is
she
what it
could have been
is.
wearing a potato sack with that body. Everybody was still gonna look.
She can't help how she built. She curvy, she thick. So
Mm-hmm.
anything she wear, it gonna be noticeable. So people kill me with that. Just cause you a Christian, you supposed to be covered up. People kill me with that. No.
Mm-hmm. So Barb, it was an
Being covered up,
NAACP charity event.
cause being covered up still ain't gonna get you in heaven or hell. That's what people fail to realize. You can be covered up and
That's
still
true
go to hell.
too.
So what's the deal?
You're
So
absolutely
come
right.
on, make it make sense. Come on now.
But yes, Barb,
So,
she was going to an NAACP charity
events.
event.
Thank you. She wasn't at a church, and they keep on hollering back off. He a pastor, right? Okay, whoop the do.
And to Chocolate Love's point, we are all judging, whether it's a good judgment, whether it's a bad judgment. Judgment happens. That's why I said
Thank you.
earlier, with admiration comes hate. But at the end of the day,
Yeah,
it's a cute dress. It's a beautiful gown.
yeah,
And if you wouldn't personally wear it, if you wouldn't personally go to her as a
yeah.
first lady or go to their church, that's
Look,
fine. That is why people have free will and
and
choices.
yeah,
But to
and
just try to crucify this woman is crazy.
yeah,
There's
and
nothing
just
wrong
like
with this dress.
he stood up in church said, half of y'all don't know what designer and fashion look like. So how can y'all even
Hmm.
speak on something?
And
Mhm.
Chaco, I know you wanted to get in, and then I am. Welcome, welcome. Hello.
Hey,
Happy New Year to
um,
everybody.
Happy New Year. So I didn't really hear too much about this. I just heard about like people mentioning it. Um, I didn't really get a good look at the dress. My whole thing was I feel like the people who are talking about it, like black men, they don't actually care about this. You know what I mean? It's just I feel like they're looking for an excuse to bash a black woman. Because the people that's talking shit about it, most of them don't go to church and most of them don't have a wife. So I just feel like why are they even
Thank you.
speaking on it? I just feel like they're trying to say something negative. But to be honest, to be real, looking at the dress, I mean, it's not something I would expect a pastor's wife to wear. I'm not sure what they were thinking when they planned to wear it. But I'm not under the impression that people that are in church or in charge of a church are good people or better than anybody else. So, but I don't really have an opinion on it, but let's just keep it real. It's not appropriate for a pastor's wife. Especially if that's what she was showing up to represent herself as. Yeah, so I don't know. I think a little bit of gaslighting is going on, but then I also think that stuff is just not the way it used to be, So this is what we have now. We have pastors calling each other bisexual. We have pastors, I don't know.
So they playing dirty games,
wives
right?
And
So they start playing dirty games.
Yeah, I don't know what. Yeah, it's not. Church isn't what it used to be. So yeah, that's pretty much all I have to say about it. So I don't care what she wears. I'm not a religious person. I just think that black men are always trying to look for a way to crucify black women when meanwhile they don't do shit for black women. You know what I mean? So I just feel like it's none of their business not for them to speak on somebody else's wife. But with that being
Say it
said,
again.
that dress is kind of out there. You know what I mean? That's pretty much all I have to say.
Tell me as a woman what you see that makes the dress out there for me.
It's not sheer, but at the same time it is mimicking or pantomiming sheerness. So basically the impression that you're supposed to get is that she's barely covered by lace, and that's what makes it weird. So like let's just say the dress was filled in, even though it's not her skin that we're looking at. The fact that it's basically meant to mimic as if she was wearing something sheer, that's what makes it inappropriate to me. And it's not about how good she looks. And it's not about how good she looks. I wish people wouldn't say that. She does look good, but it's like, okay, she could look good and not be wearing something that mimics being see-through while she's a pastor's wife. You don't have to dress like that to look good. So
I just want to know where we're getting this whole idea of where a pastor's wife cannot wear a gown like this.
Say
Because
it
of
again,
the
Mary Rose. Say it
illusion.
again.
Well, I guess that's the crux of the issue then. Like I said, church isn't what it used to be.
But they're not in church either. So are we saying I want to ask this, right? When you leave work, are you supposed to wear your uniform outside of work?
I get what you're saying. I feel what you're saying.
I mean, that could be a good or a bad one, right? Because a lot of people are going to try to throw back, well, rogue, the representation. But again, I don't see. So again, to me, I don't wear my uniform outside of work. If she were to wear sweatpants and a crop top, y'all are going to say the same thing. If she wore a potato sack, y'all are going to say the same thing. She's a pastor wife. She shouldn't wear a potato sack. She's a pastor wife. Why is she wearing jeans? I don't know. When do y'all want to turn it off? When can she just be a normal woman?
We have a point though, actually. Just like basically, bro, since I'm Muslim, some people expect me to dress like an Arabic person because where the faith came from, and people expect me to dress like that. Or they probably, since I'm Pakistani, I'm supposed to dress like a Pakistani. I only dress like my traditional stuff on a Eid day. So special day, I dress like that. The reason why is because it's not to stand out all the time. Because imagine how people look at me when I go outside.
Riaz, stick to the topic.
Can I
Sticking to
jump
the
in here real
topic,
quick?
though, she has a point.
Hold on, real quick, Riaz, because I am also, my bad, I am. You be so polite, I am. I appreciate you.
No, you're good. So I've been hearing all this pastor's wife shouldn't dress like that, and a pastor's wife shouldn't dress like this. So what I want to know is what's the dress code for a pastor's wife?
Yeah,
What's
please
the
tell me
order?
too. I should like to know.
Because Because a lot of these people talking about what a pastor's wife should dress like obviously haven't been to church in the past year or two or in the past
Mm,
5 years, right? So if we're going back from when our grandmas and great grandmas used to go to church, they didn't went from flats to little
Yeah.
small heels to now 9-inch heels as pastors' wives, right? They went from
mm-hmm.
at their ankles to their calves to now above their knees, right?
So
So
yeah.
what's the dress code of a pastor's wife? And
So
then
let
I'm
me
trying to say,
hold.
so if you well, let me just finish real quick. So if you're a pastor's wife, do that mean that your life ends? Mean that you can't go to the beach, so you don't show
Yeah.
no
Thank
skin?
you.
You can't go to the gym because you don't want to have those, whatever. So are you supposed to be in the house 24/7?
I
With a
think
Thank
slip
you.
on and a
I
moo or
think
something. So
not. I
I'm
think
just trying
she
to
I think she missing
go
a
ahead.
hat. I think she missing a hat. That's what they tripping out about. Like you ain't on
Because
first dating. Yeah.
now I will say this as a person that does attend church and see pastors' wives and the mothers on the board and all that, on Sundays. I mean, it's not too far off. But I will say, if she wore that to church, with church being the place where everybody go, it might have been a distraction to the church because you will have people there who not, you know, not everybody is saved, not everybody is holy. People joining or whatever. Then yeah, you could say maybe it was a distraction. But she wore this to an event outside of church, right? And there
Thank
probably
you.
wasn't that many church people there. So what's the problem her
Everybody
wearing
was
this
there.
outfit outside of church at an event? Because that
It
means
was
I bet not never see a pastor wife. Do they have a pastor's wife bathing suit? And what the fuck that look like?
Damn.
Do they got a pastor's wife gym outfit? And what that look like? Because I'm just trying to
but
find out
again,
what's a pastor's wife
everybody was there. It
outfit
was an
or uniform every
NAACP.
day, 24/7.
It was an
Can somebody
NAACP
answer
event.
that for me?
Can y'all hear me?
I don't know. Can you hear?
Mm-hmm.
Can you hear? Hold on. I am. Can you hear Rogue?
No, especially I mean, because I was
Y'all
agreeing
can
with
hear
Taco
me?
Kitty about the
Hold on.
men
Hold on.
who
Hold on. She's
are
trying to say
talking
something.
about are just men who got an
Hold on.
issue
Am I on
with
I
mute?
am.
women
No,
or couldn't get a woman like
I
that
am. Can you hear?
or
Can I am
insecure
here?
about their woman. But then when she went to that's
Hold
not an
on.
outfit for a pastor's wife. So what is an outfit for a pastor's wife?
I am. I am. Can you hear anybody?
Hello, hello. Can y'all hear me?
Yeah, I can hear
I
you
Pat, can
hear
though.
y'all let me
you.
know? Okay.
Can I am
I
hear?
hear
No,
you.
hold on. Can I am? Can you hear? Can you hear anybody?
I think he might just have a delay because I think I am might be out and about like he always is. But I
All
pulled up
right.
some pastor's wife's outfits, and yes, they are the traditional pastor wife outfit that we all know them to be. Now, again, I don't disagree with I am because I think the setting matters. But again, this was also a charity event where people like to dress a little more of the
Did I lose
time.
y'all? Y'all there? Because I don't hear nobody.
Can you hear? Can you,
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I
yeah?
am couldn't hear anybody. So
Till I
yeah,
am. Hold on. Till I am come out. Hold on. Hold on. Let me tell them come out in the chat. Hold on. Come back. I am. Go ahead, Ro. Keep talking.
well, I was just saying. So at the end of the day, because shout out to Chakra saying she's a preacher too. That's why church numbers are decreasing because they're no different from the degenerates. And I actually disagree. Church numbers have actually been increasing because the come as I am, come as you are mindset has been making a lot of people feel more comfortable to come to church. I don't think the church numbers are declining in they're declining in the traditional churches because again of that restriction, that whole tight nature that we have to just stick by these rules and these rules alone from 1885. A lot of people are sick of it. The fire and brimstone does not work, despite how people want to say, well, this is how God is going to come back. You're not going to get your followers that way. And if people really want to have the real, Jesus was not coming to people on some, well, you have to dress all buttoned up. He went to the whores. He went to the gangbangers. He went to those people who were dressed like Riaz.
Mm-hmm.
He wasn't
Just like
tripping
I
about
said.
that because he knew that people were still people at the end of the day. Humans are still human at the end of the day. So if this woman does have what y'all would deem a sin of attention seeking, this woman wants to be seen, this woman wants to be, God already knows her heart. God already knows that about her. And again, I ask,
Mm-hmm.
when do you get to take the uniform off? So when she goes on a date with her husband, y'all expect her to be in a whole church lady outfit again? When it's just her and her husband going on a date? Y'all sound fucking crazy.
Can y'all hear me? Can y'all hear me now? I can hear y'all.
Can
Yes.
you hear us?
I
Yeah, we
hear
Can
can
you
hear
hear
you.
you.
We
us?
good.
Okay.
Can you hear us,
And
I
then
am?
let me just add one more. Yeah, let me just add one more point, and then I'll go on mute. So nobody never said about what these goddamn pastors niggas be wearing. Niggas be wearing Jordan and shit, cut up jeans and shit, halter tops, tight ass pants and shit, high waters. So do they got a uniform too? Cause these niggas be dressing like I don't know what the fuck. You know what I'm saying? The pastors. So what's the pastor uniform? Cause the old pastors wore suits, a little over big and shit. These niggas wear anything to church now as pastors. So what's the difference?
And honestly, I would wear the dress. It's a beautiful gown. Again, I'm going to keep saying that. There's nothing wrong with the dress. I would go to her church because I would feel comfortable with. I'm personally okay with it. I would personally feel like I would be seen and that that church would not judge me. I tell people all the time, and this isn't like the worst church story, but one of the situations I went to church, my mother and I were wearing pants, and one of the deacons, he was an old African deacon, and he came to us straight up to my mama, oh, women shouldn't be wearing pants. And I was really uncomfortable because I'm like, that's not what we're here for. Mind you, I might have been wearing jeans, my mom might have been wearing a pantsuit. But again, it's those kind of restrictions that people in the church have that makes people want to be like, I don't want to come here.
But see
What you
what you
mean I can't wear my jeans? I'm not showing
Well,
nothing. I'm not doing nothing.
but see what you're saying. Hold up. See what you're saying though. My lady who I was called my grandmother, who stayed down the street. She told my mother one day, right? My mother told me this, and she told my mother too. She said the reason why church women are supposed to be, let's say, showing their arms and their back and their chest is because, like, let's just say, like the arm area, the armpit area is supposed to be like the same as you showing between your legs. That's what that's what the old people would say is women shouldn't be showing their arms and arm and back because it's like you showing between your legs. I don't know. It was just they had their little isms back in the day, and some people still want to stand true to that now, but it doesn't really apply in the 21st century the way it did in the mid 1900s. But I don't know. I got it.
Welcome, Tay Tay.
Hi, can I be heard?
What up? What up,
You
Tay Tay? What
can.
up? What up?
Yeah.
What up?
Hey
What's
Taylor.
up, y'all? Hi, hi. No, the reason why people don't go to church anymore, it has nothing to do with like the outfits or anything. It's just that a lot of them, a lot of the leaders of the church, they don't practice what they preach. First of all, like a lot of them are very hypocritical, like Pastor Holy Whore, aka Jamal Bryant.
Oh God.
Um, and in regards to the ladies' dress, I mean, I really don't care either way, to be honest. I don't understand, I don't understand what the real issue is as far as what she had on. I mean, it could have been worse,
Hmm.
but um, but in the totality of things, I do think that people do have an issue with black women expressing themselves. It's just like, anything that we do, it's going to be seen at a microscopic level as far as, oh, why do you have this on? Why are you wearing this? Why are you doing that? And it's not, unfortunately, it's not the same for our, our white counterparts. So, it is what it is. I personally, I don't
Do
care.
you deem the dress actually inappropriate though?
Inappropriate in what sense? Like in a church sense?
In the sense of the first lady of a church, a pastor who went to an NAACP charity event, not even a church event.
I mean, based on her title being the first lady,
Hmm.
and I'm basing it off the Christian values and what they say, right, and what they preach, and because they got a lot to say about everybody else, right? Based on that, I would deem that inappropriate, absolutely, for a first lady.
Even if she's never said that that's not her belief system. She's one of those come as you are type of Christians.
But she's a first lady, though, right?
I mean, people have said Michelle Obama, the literal first lady, wore risque stuff. We literally have Melania Trump as our first lady of the United States. But I guess whatever y'all say,
I mean, Melania. Everybody know Melania is a mail order bride, so that
she's also an escort. So I
and
don't
she's a
know.
hoe. So but I'm listen. I'm not me personally, right? Me as Taylor Scott. I like the dress,
Hmm.
right? I like the dress. She looked fly in it, but as a first lady of being a first lady and her husband is a pastor, and I am basing it off of Christian values. That is inappropriate. Yes.
I don't
Yeah,
know.
but
As
most,
a
but they
practicing
don't preach
People
Christian,
that
I
cherry
nowadays,
pick,
though.
but people cherry, and this is my issue, and this is my issue in totality with a lot of these people in these churches. They cherry pick certain things. They want to cherry pick when they want to be deemed as Christian like. So if we're basing it off of that and off of that alone, what she has on is not appropriate for a first lady. Now, I don't care personally. I think she looks fantastic, but
hmm
it is inappropriate based on that aspect.
see, and this is the thing, and this is my issue because I guess people will call me a wishy-washy, lukewarm Christian. I don't know. I think that there are times where you can let your hair down, respectfully. I think there are times where you get to just enjoy yourself without your title, without your who you have to worry about representing. I think the woman just wanted to have fun. I think the woman just wanted to look good and feel good. And I don't think anything's wrong with that. I don't think because we have these fleshly bodies that it's an issue where you just, again, it's not like she was actually showing skin. So I don't think it's an issue where in a controlled setting you enjoy the flesh. That's why I don't have a problem with a pastor who would drink on the weekends. I don't have a problem with anybody who would do these things because, again, now you seem more realistic to me. You
Well, I
seem like
mean,
a real person. You don't seem like someone that's just pedestalized because the moment I put you on this pedestal, all you can do is just be stuck there or fall off. There's
but
no in
if we're
between.
but the thing is, the reason why people are going at her is because they don't like her husband, Jamal, aka Pastor Holy Whore. People don't like him.
Can you hear
I
me?
don't know too much about the people
Yeah.
themselves. Yes, so I'm just going strictly based off of the dress. I like how he defended his wife, depending on what he's been known to do about.
Well, yeah, he needs to defend her because because basically, listen, okay, he better defend his fucking wife. What he gonna say? This bitch is a whore, nigga. You like whores, so you shouldn't. You better defend your fucking wife. But people don't like him because as far as him, him being a pastor and him, not acting very Christian like in his escapades and the shit that he's been caught up in. This is why
Well, what is
most
okay?
people don't take.
What is Christian like though? What is Christian like?
I mean, Christian, like, people that follow the Bible, people that are of Christ like, people that,
Yeah, but see, that's
are
the thing though. Nobody
conservative.
knows the standard, and nowadays with church,
It's more
there's so many.
conservative. It's
Yeah,
more
but that's not
conservative
true
if you
though,
ask
because
them.
now you got so many denominations that they don't even preach from the same outlook no more. Because I seen the
I
first
know
lady,
that. Listen.
Hold
right? But
on,
I
hold
seen the
on.
first lady
Tay
though. She
Tay,
had
Tay
on some
Tay,
Nikes.
hold on real quick. I am Tay
I
Tay. You got a little feedback. Can you go out and come back in
okay.
real quick?
Yeah, I'll be back.
Okay.
So the thing is, like, there is no set standard of what church is no more, right? Because you got all these denominations, non-denominations, and all this other stuff or whatever. Like, I seen the first lady who had on some jean shorts, some Jordans and shit, in a sweater in the
My
pulpit
bad, Michelle.
preaching. So is that first lady outfit?
So
So
cause
what's what I'm
sh
saying? Like, there's no standard no more. Like, we caught on what our grandma and our mamas, our great grandmas, when they took us to church and shit, and they had on slips and skirts and all that. Women wear pants to church now, jeans. Motherfuckers come to church in anything. So how can you come to church in anything, but now hold your pastor, your first lady, to still coming to church with a skirt or a dress below her knees and shit at her ankles?
so just because, again, shout out to Chakra, because
Like,
Chakra
the
is giving
world
me
is
the
changing.
I am.
Like, in that case, then should no first lady
I
wear no
am.
I
goddamn
don't know.
high
I don't know.
heels?
Can you hear? I am
I
Should
or
not
am.
wear
Can you
no
hear
tight
us?
fitted
I don't
outfit.
think you can. I don't think you can hear.
I don't think you can. I am. Can you hear the panel?
So, like, what are we talking? What we talking about here? And like I said,
Hey,
a lot
okay.
of people that are have issues don't even go to church, so they ain't even seeing what the new age first ladies are wearing now. This ain't
I
your
am.
grandma first lady. or your great great grandma first lady. Like most of these churches don't even have a mother's board no more.
I agree. I am. Can you hear
So
us?
really, if anybody got an issue
Nope.
with the dress outside of church, you just having a personal problem with church people, and you just looking for something to jump on to.
Hey, put my
I
put my
am. Can
comment
you
put my
hear us?
comment put my comment on the screen so you can see. I don't think you can hit. Yeah.
So I just also wanted to play some stuff with Pastor Karri on here as well because Chakra is giving me some pushback and I love it. I love when Chakra does this. So I just want to show she doesn't always dress like this, but she does
Okay, ain't
dress.
nobody but music.
Yeah, go back out and come back in.
I think she looks fantastic.
I think she dresses. I mean, even on the regular though, look at the stuff she wears. She doesn't just dress outlandishly from what I can see. She does dress pretty
But things have
normal.
evolved over time. What I'm saying, I'm speaking in general when I'm talking about like Christian like and Christianity. Like, it would be more on the conservative side, right? So I'm okay with things evolving over time, but I do
Mhm.
understand why people are saying her as a first lady. That's not first lady like. That's inappropriate. I understand it. But I'm not coming from it from my own standpoint. I'm coming from it for their goddamn standpoint because they
And
all
I
up in
get that,
everybody
Tay.
else's business. Shit, they
I
they
get what you're
judging
saying.
people.
I
Pat
just, again, I
Jamal
think the
Bryant
issue.
is a whole fucking listen. That nigga, that nigga is so damn degenerate. It's not even funny with his
I
nasty
mean,
motherfucking ass.
and see, that also begs a question, though. Do you think if these people were able to just live normal lives, or if these people weren't put on such a high pedestal, they wouldn't be as degenerate as they are because they can kind of just like I feel like everything I
If
said
he
earlier goes to one extreme or to the other. So when you
if
put
he
these
was
people on
not
such a pedestal, go ahead. I'm
if
sorry.
he was not a pastor, he would just be a regular person. But because of his title of him being a pastor and what that represents, that nigga's behavior is deplorable. Absolutely.
So I'm saying, should we stop pedestalizing these people? Should we
I've been
stop putting
stopped
these
criticizing.
people?
I've been
Well,
stopped
not just
penalizing
you,
these people.
not just you. I'm asking, should we stop putting these people like collectively for the people that actually care? Should these people
Absolutely.
stop being put on such a pedestal because all they can do, like I said, is just fall?
Absolutely. But they need to stay the fuck out of other people's business. Like, don't tell me what I'm doing is sinful and you got booty on your fucking breath.
Chakra, it's not about me being gullible. It's about the fact that I just understand human nature is human nature. I understand that people are human. So again, my Christianity and my walk with God does not determine or it has no backbone between the pastor. A broken clock can be right message or wrong, right message, wrong messenger. We know all these cliches for a reason. So it's not about me being gullible. It's just about me not putting a godlike persona on a human because all it's going to do is just disappoint me every time. They're human. They're
But
not God. Even as a messenger of God, I can only still put it to a certain pedigree, right?
you
I'm not going to have
understand
the same
that though.
expectations.
Rogue, you understand that concept of these pastors, deacons, or whatever, them being human. But you have
Hmm.
to understand, unfortunately, a lot of these people in these churches, and I'm gonna say this, a lot of them are illiterate. Okay, a lot of them they don't read or comprehend very well. So you know that's why the pastor and the deacons there to be able to cherry pick certain
Hmm.
Bible verses. So their pastor and their deacon is the second thing to God to them. So everything
Hmm.
that it is that they say is true and factual because this could be based on this person's title. He's talking for God. He's the messenger.
Hmm.
So that's
And
why
maybe Tay, I'm just different. After we elected Trump for president, again, Melania for first lady. I'm seeing life so unserious at this point. We're on a floating rock. We're on a floating rock, dog. Life is so freaking unserious for people to just be on this whole hullabaloo about a dress, about we don't even give a damn about who we're electing to run our country anymore. Why the hell are we caring about religious figures? We know most of them have been molesting children. We know a lot of them have been just like, I don't understand anymore why we're just so shocked. And then the worst case scenario, a woman wears a dress and now it's a big hullabaloo. We're not going to call out, what was that pastor's name that groomed and married a 14-year-old? We're not going to, like, what are we doing?
These pastors been doing a whole bunch of shit for years, and nobody cares. Nobody cares.
But then we care about a dress. We're so unserious. I mean, I'm saying not because again, I know the people, and that's why I'm like, Chakra, I'm not like, I like the pushback. I understand what we're saying. I'm just giving this perspective just because to me this is so unserious. The dress is fine. I'm gonna keep saying that.
It is very unserious. All this shit going on in the world, and people have issues. This just tells you the mind of society. Well, not just society, of the black community. Unfortunately, like all this shit going on, and people have issues with dresses like that.
But if you're saying her husband is this whoremonger, her husband is this and that, again, for people to come at this woman, because I see a lot of people on TikTok are saying they have an issue with this woman. And again, it's like, I agree with you. I think they have an issue with her husband. That's fine.
I think it's more because it's a black woman.
And who she's
That's all
connected
it is.
as well. People, y'all look up Pastor Jamal Bryant.
We know who he is, but if she wore a different dress, then would nobody? If she'd have came in there in a dress down to her ankles,
they still would have had a problem with it.
Right, they still would have said something. It's because she's a black woman. It ain't about the dress, because it's a lot of black men talking about, my woman wouldn't wear that. I would have my woman wear that, and this, and she's showing her. First, she's showing her skin. Then when they found out it wasn't skin, well, still she a first lady. She should be wearing that. And so I'm still trying to figure out why, as a first lady, what she should be wearing, because ain't nobody put up no goddamn pictures.
She needs
of
to
what
be
she should be
wearing
wearing
a nun
outside
outfit.
the church.
She needs to wear a nun outfit where we can't see her ankles, her legs,
and then they be talking about that,
her arms, etc.
Yep, then they'll be talking about that. So can't win for losing.
Yeah, I think it's just a lot of these men who hate women and who hate black women. You know what I'm
Taylor,
saying? And so,
is there anything specifically I need to look up? Because I'm trying to see.
I'm sorry.
Hold on, y'all. When it comes down to Jamal Bryant, because I don't know the pastor. He's not one of the pastors that pop up for me. So what am I looking up specifically?
Girl, listen, that nigga, if you put his name and just type in scandals and side pieces. And
yeah, but he ain't the only one, though. I think all these pastors nowadays,
no one says he's the
all
only
of
one.
them.
But it's just to me it's the audacity, and this is why I don't take anybody. I don't take anybody that is Christian serious like that. Respectfully, I just don't. I don't.
Yeah.
People, churches. The reason why people stop going to churches is because it's not a community anymore. And when Big Mama died, there was no need to go to the church.
Was it ever a community like that? Because again, because again, as restrictive as fire and brimstone and all that, because people love to say that was the best way for church to be. I can't agree with that.
Yeah,
I really feel like people were
absolutely
because of slavery. If the two weren't connected and religion wasn't really just shoved down black people's throat the same way to erase something that they already had before we even got to this little hunk of rock, or when we were here before them and they just tried to get the control over us. If it wasn't used as a control thing, I could give you that. But a lot of times with trauma, that's how community is formed, because of trauma.
It was still a community, though, regardless of how it came about. It was still community. People came, and to commune amongst each other, and it's not that anymore. Like, you can't even. A lot of these churches don't even be helping people in need like that anymore. Like, it's turned for profit to where you got the people on the top that are, you know, that are making all this money, and then you got people, their congregation that could barely eat, that they can't even pay their fucking bills, but they can't get shit from the fucking church that they go to, that they pay 10 to 15% of their income.
Say it again.
Tay. Hold on, y'all.
Well,
Just
so,
remember,
you know,
I know I've cussed.
Being
Hey,
honest,
hold on real quick. Hold on real quick, y'all.
I'm
Just,
sorry. Excuse my
y'all.
language.
You're fine. Just, you know, because I
But
cuss
she
too.
tell, but she tell
I just want to remind people.
You know, it's not a community, and I think when a lot of big mamas done, you know, God rest their soul, when they done passed away, it kind of just deteriorated after that. So now you got these new age individuals, excuse me, in these churches now, to where it's not, you know, you're like, what is this? Like, what the hell is this nonsense? Is this a fashion show? Like, what is going on?
But
Like, what do
that's
you
why I'm like, we live in such an unserious society, because they even say that about HBCUs and schools. Like, everything isn't what it used to be. And I need people, instead of always saying things aren't what they used to be, things aren't what they used to be, can we not just go ahead and get the positives out of it? And then we can
What's
just
positive about church today?
for the ones that are finding their way through it, for the ones that are getting help through it,
What
for
does
the
that
ones
mean?
that are raising money, finding their way. If religion is their way, if religion is their anchor, their safeguard, if religion helps them, then I'm not going to call it a negative thing. For the churches that do still give back to the community, for the churches that do feed the community even for a day, just
But they
certain
still broke,
things.
right? They still broke.
I mean, everything's corrupted though. So are we going to look at it the same way for the food banks? Are we going to look at it the same way for the SNAP benefits? Like, everything is still corrupted. So whatever positive and whatever hope you can get out of it, I'm just saying, instead of just, yes, reform is always going to be needed. I'm never going to tell people to not fight for reform and to go for reform. But until then, all I hear is people just complaining, but not y'all specifically, but I don't see people doing nothing about it. At least Pastor Jamal did say we rose money for the NAACP. Now, what the hell they do with that money? We don't know. But something's getting
Did
done.
that
Now,
heavy
what
church
we
out
need to
there
Raise
now?
money for
demand,
the NAACP for what?
they said HBCUs.
If that heavy church out, we kind of know.
Again, everything's corrupt. I'm just looking at it as whatever hope and whatever positive can come out of it. It's not because of an effing dress. That's all I'm gonna say.
No, it's not because of the dress. Absolutely not. I like her dress. I ain't even gonna hold you. I think she looked fly in it.
Light
I like the dress.
on the
I'm
top
trying to see, because there's either TikTok is filtering out the stuff with Jamal Bryant. Y'all gonna have to tell me.
That is the ex-husband of
I
what's
saw
that?
Giselle.
Yeah, like the Potomac chick.
Yeah, Potomac
And
Housewife. Yeah.
and when Monique cleared her motherfucking, oops, I'm sorry. I know we're not supposed to. I'm so sorry. Let me.
Every now and then,
I'm
when
just
we get
gonna,
passionate, I'm just saying, you
I'm
know,
just gonna go on mute until I get
no,
my thoughts
it
together.
works.
Tay crazy, man. This Tay, this is what we. Hey, welcome back, Tay. Goddamn.
Okay. Okay.
I'm just trying to see. I'm trying to find it.
This is interesting, though. I
Because
feel
He is a very messy man. And for someone who is like I said, someone who is in the position that he is in within the church is not, he should be ashamed of himself. But but what kills me is individuals like that will look among everyday people that are they're secular, they're doing secular things. That's why I hear a lot of these individuals talk about secularism and people, you know, doing at the devil's playground and all this stuff, and it's just like, are you kidding me right now?
Mm-hmm. And you know, that's why I'm like,
What
besides
about
me
your
just
own
saying life is so unserious, right? I definitely think at the end of the day, we as people, we need to filter through who we allow these titles, these positions. We're not taking this as serious as we probably need to, and that's why certain people get to grift. That's why certain people get to kind of pander or be as scandalous as they are, but then we're not going to really, the cancel culture really does nothing at the end of the day. We know
It does.
that.
Nope.
So instead of trying to fix the problem when the problem's already at large, we as people have to pretty much go ahead and just be like, nah, you can't get this title without your background. And I'm not saying the background got to be squeaky clean, but my God, why aren't certain gigs required with a background check?
I mean, you can't do a background check on someone that, you know, that, I mean, unless they do criminal stuff.
I'm just saying in general, like certain positions, I feel like the same way you have to have a special clearance for a certain job in the government, certain things you just need a clearance for. We also elected a criminal for president. So I don't know. Are we a lost cause?
In theory, yes. And I agree with that. But at the same time, I just think people really don't be caring about, you know, I don't think people really care about certain moralities like that, because I think morality at the end of the day it's subjective. I think people do things for whatever the reason may be, and we may deem it as, you know, this is bad, but they may not deem it like that. And, you know, I think that's okay as long as you're not out here harming people in the process, like, you know. But again, if we're basing it off of certain historical Christianity standards, okay, it's wrong across the board. There's no, you know, there's no one sin that's greater than the other. That's a man-made ish.
I mean, and you know, Tay, if you want to, I don't know where you are on doing your shows yet, but if you want to do something, Taylor, then come over here. We could do a show about this, because I kind of wanted to focus on the dress, and you know, at the end of the day, we are taking this to a place that's much deeper than just the dress, and I think people have to really start picking and choosing their battles, because this is ridiculous.
But the dress is included in all of this because it's the standard. It's the Christian standard.
So
but if you want to go with the Christian standard, you also have to go with the standard of just people having standards in general. People don't have standards. We talk. There's no standard.
So to try to I didn't know if I was away for a little bit. I didn't hear what I am asked a question about what should a first lady should wear, right? So I just want to know, what is off limits for a first lady? What is off limits? The type of attire. Okay, go ahead.
If you show more than 2 inches of cleavage, if you are form fitting, sheer,
that dress
bright colors.
That dress is form fitting.
So
that's what I'm saying. Everything that they say that is deemed against what a first lady should wear.
So can she wear gym attire? Can she wear?
Nope. She can wear a t-shirt that covers her butt and leggings that are not. She can wear sweatpants. She cannot wear anything form fitting. No.
Can she wear tennis shoes? Can she wear tennis shoes?
She can wear tennis shoes if at the gym, not at church, or if the church is doing something where it's deemed appropriate to wear tennis shoes, then sure.
All right, slides, sandals, flat. I mean, that's like, can she wear a scarf? Can she wear a bonnet? I'm just asking. I'm being funny, but I'm asking for real.
No, I get what you're asking.
Okay.
I don't disagree with you. I'm just saying, based off of the conversations that they're having with what Christians should wear, no.
Okay, well, can she get like a girly type tattoo, a piercing?
No tattoos. No piercings. She can apparently get the one singular piercing that all baby girls get at the end of the day.
Okay.
See, Tay, the people are asking for it.
Listen, y'all know.
Okay, well, can she
If
go
that's
to?
the
Can she go to?
If that's the case, might be annoying.
Thank you, Chakra.
Well, let me ask you this though: can she go like to a concert, a football game, basketball game, a boxing match? Can she go to activities like that?
Of course, dress as a first lady.
She better not be shaking it fast and watching herself at these concerts though.
Chakra is killing me with this lady.
Well, people can't help how they. Look, people can't help how they built and shape.
But again, it is deemed because the same way, and I get what people are saying, right? When you are, that's what happened with Megan, what's her name, Meghan Markle. That when you are deemed, and they did it with Megan Good, when you are deemed in this Duchess, this First Lady, this Queen, because that's the whole point of these titles, right? Queen Elizabeth, if Queen Elizabeth was ever wearing sweatpants, everybody would have a heart attack. That's not done. In certain high society things, you do have these titles for a reason. With that being said, because of how unserious people have been relatively in the modern time, even though I do believe it to be even before modern days, things were just a little more shush shush. And then again, the fashion sense was a little more conservative. But because things are less conservative and less shush shush about it, people now want to cry outrage. I am. Get your stuff together, I am. But Michelle, you were talking. I'm sorry, but what were we saying?
At the end of the day, I don't see. At the end of the day, I don't see nothing wrong with the dress.
I mean, again, if she wore it to church, I could get the argument a little bit more. When I saw it was an NAACP event, I'm like, man, that's a gown. It's a gown.
I think she looks great.
Even when in the in that people wear the church now. So.
But let's just say depending on what event is taking place at the church, right? Let's just say if I know they don't have proms in churches like that, but let's just say if it was
the
like
pastor and first lady's anniversary,
yeah,
is
that
usually what things like
or
that.
even like a little fashion show. I'm just saying, do they have fashion shows at the church every night? The big churches might can carry it. There's something to where she could dress up nice. Would that really be inappropriate at the? Let's say she put a jacket on, something over her shoulders. Then would that be appropriate then to wear to church?
If she had a shawl, I think it would be. I mean, again, people are still going to get mad at the idea of nudity, the illusion part of the dress. But if she had a shawl, I think it probably would have been deemed a little more appropriate, because that is something if you are going to show your shoulders at a church event, a cover up is required. But Chakra even got me asking the question now, because if you can't have a tattoo or certain piercings as a first lady or as a church or a Christian, can you have a BBL? Because that was a thing on TikTok, where all the Christian girlies were getting Christian BBLs.
Because they Christian whores. That's why.
Oh my.
Wait, but
Jezebel,
okay,
Christian
did you say
Jezebel.
First lady couldn't wear no bathing suit?
Where did you hear I am? We were saying she could wear a bikini. She would probably have to have a one piece and completely covered up. Yeah, so she would have to have a cover up with it too.
Wait, what you mean by cover up? So what she can't show? This is what I'm trying to figure out.
Her hips,
so she can't show what?
Her hips,
you can't show your legs, your butt, your hips.
So then that's no fucking bathing suit.
So you telling me
what is that then?
I'm saying based on what we're saying. So if she were to go to a beach, we've all seen the skirt cover-ups or the little shawls that cover up from head to toe. She would have to cover up.
I ain't never seen that. I'm from California. We got a bunch of beaches. I ain't never seen nobody with no shit covered all the way down to their ankle. Where the fuck they wear that at?
All that cussing.
So basically a full body swimsuit though, basically. Full cover though.
That shit crazy.
All that cussing.
I don't know. Can't hear you though. Can you hear? I am.
Yo, Rube, what up? What up, panel? Salute to everybody. How y'all doing?
Good and doggone well, Kills. You ain't just say yo Rube first on my show.
Did he say? I didn't hear. What up? Kills me.
Nah, I said what's up to everybody though.
Hey, now
I swear, if you.
Let me start over. Hold on,
Kill.
Let me start over.
Real fast. Roll. Establish how you wanted to go by when it comes down to language.
Listen.
Like, just
okay.
About that.
All right. So yeah, your girl is trying to work on monetization, and I'm guilty of it. So everybody gets 1 or 2 cuss words, but if we could just watch ourselves with the cussing. Welcome in, Miss Polly. Welcome, Keels. Since he didn't want to come in my chat. Welcome, everybody. If I didn't get to speak to you, please charge it to my head, not to my heart. Thank you so much for joining your girl. Hold on, Kills is coming back. But Kills, you're not supposed to be better than that. You don't come to my house.
Hey, yo, Rosie.
These are big mama rules at this point.
How you doing, Rosie? I had to drop down to come back up. How you doing? Let me wipe my feet off. You know what I'm saying? In your house and all of that good stuff. Love said, yo, before I start acting all ratchet on this good
Mhm.
Sunday, you know what I'm talking about? If
Coming
y'all
into
like
Big
this
Mama's house.
woman, if y'all like this woman dress, right? Cool. That's cool. I give
Okay.
y'all that. Like I said on the last platform, I ain't getting no shine time because everybody started talking over me. If y'all like her dress, don't say nothing. Not a doggone thing about Pookie and Ray Ray sagging their pants. Don't say nothing. When you
Yeah,
see Pookie and Ray Ray busting aside,
I don't see the
that's all I
correlation.
gotta say.
I'm gonna say those two don't really correlate because we also know why sagging is questionable for most men. Because why y'all showing y'all asses?
I
But
don't want to hear none of
I
that, but they
digress.
still
I
do it.
digress.
They
I
still
digress.
do it. I don't want to
I
hear it.
digress.
Mumbling
That
words.
is a high couture dress, regardless of what people want to say about the design of the dress. That is still a high caliber dress. Sagging your pants is just that's ratchet, and most of the time y'all asses stink.
No,
I'm gonna
hold
just
on,
keep
hold
it
on.
real.
No, sagging without a belt, and you can keep it up, and it don't fall away. That's high
No,
couture right
I
there, man.
only do it around
That
my waist.
that
I don't.
that
I only leave it around the waist level. Other than that, it's fully covered.
Yeah, on the waist level. I'm talking
man,
about even on the waist level, yo. They still
stop.
complain. They
It's
still complain like a little sag. They still complain about that. This a little sag. Yo, I ain't talking
Hear
Yeah,
about
people.
showing your
Hold
whole
on.
damn ass. It's the
Outside of
same
schools
shit.
where they used to make
Y'all
y'all tie
hypocrite.
y'all. Hold on. If y'all didn't have a belt and the schools made y'all tie y'all pants up with that bright neon yellow rope. Outside of that, I don't really hear people. I don't hear people complaining about sagging besides other men. Respectfully, I have not heard a woman
no,
complain about sagging in the
no,
last
man.
10 years.
Let me ask Kills though.
What?
Kills,
Yeah,
That's
I'll
what
be
cap.
is
real, but
That's cap.
sometimes though when
That's
I
Kills?
do
cap.
that though, when I let it fall
Let me
down
ask,
a
hold
little
on,
bit to
Riaz.
the waist level though, daily my family literally tell me pull it back up. I get told
Now
that.
let me
I
ask.
get checked for it.
Besides sagging though, and we know that's some ghetto stuff, man. That's some penitentiary stuff. Kills. What attire that men could wear or men have worn that have been criticized like women's fashion, like certain dresses and outfits women wear that everybody could say, you know what, that's not ladylike, that's not deemed ladylike for a woman, that's not becoming. What is it that men wear that's inappropriate? We're not talking about sagging. We're talking about when he's dressed up nice.
Women complain about every
No,
little
I'm
deep.
asking to men though, to men. What is it that men like? What is it that we could wear that we'll be dressed up nice, but yeah, folks will criticize and say, "Well, you had no business wearing that, dog. That was not becoming of a man."
Shit, certain kind of suits they criticize that. Like if it show your ankles, you know how dudes be wearing these tight
Nah,
jeans or whatever.
you ain't never heard
Why are
that.
you
They
wearing high
criticize
waters?
that.
Why are you
You
wearing high
talking about flood?
waters?
You talking about flooding? Cause
They
they call it
High
flooding.
waters.
they criticize that. You feel me?
No. They
Like
last. No.
listen,
You
I
talking
roll
about?
right now.
Hold on, kids. You talking about somebody roasted compared to saying that he is inappropriate. Like
I'm
you're
trying
not
to see what a
inappropriate
high
for
water
flood.
suit look like. Hold on.
If you flooding with your
Yeah,
all
a
right,
high
but
water
that's
suit
not deemed to be inappropriate. Like how they say in the dress. So what is
to
it
them,
that men have
to them.
worn? No, inappropriate. Like triggering or like say explicit. What's the word they looking for? What's the word y'all looking for up here, man?
The romper, the
Enticing.
romper, the romper, the romper was criticized. Like, yo, I don't think black men want to see, black women don't want to see a grown ass man in no romper.
Why are y'all
I
wearing
think
rompers?
the only
See,
thing
you
women
see
have.
what I'm
I think.
saying? You
Hold
see
on,
what I'm
kills,
saying?
kills.
Like,
I believe the only
I'm
thing.
trying to
Hold
give
on.
him feedback,
Kills.
but
This is what
he
I'm
ain't
saying.
trying to
Kills.
take it in.
Kills. What I'm saying.
I believe.
I think the only thing that people have criticized the things that men wear is if you're trying to dress like a thug, or if you are like say sagging, or you just you know what I mean. You pretty much not wearing your pants right. Your pants
But,
ain't up.
but, but,
So
Rule,
what's up?
you got the female on TikTok that criticize young black men wearing a quarter zip. They
Come
said
on
that
now.
the
That's not
white
every
man
woman.
created
Hold
that.
on. Okay, but that's not every woman, dog.
I never said every woman. That's
Conversation
not
gonna
my
go left.
rhetoric. You never heard me on these platforms that say every woman. That's not my mantra. All I said was people did criticize young black men went from the tracksuit, the Nike tracksuit. Now they wearing a quarter zip, and they still get criticized. Like you gain if you do, you gain if you
Listen,
don't.
hold on, because I'm gonna look at this
Especially
real
when it
quick.
comes to the
Listen,
black
ain't
man
nothing
and
wrong
Why?
with this. Hold on,
Why?
ain't nothing wrong. Hold on. Ain't nothing wrong with this unless you're ashy.
Why
If
his
you're
ankles
ashy,
out?
because it's supposed to
See,
be
like I said, Rule, his
it's a,
ankles.
Why his
I
I
ankle?
have an
said
issue
that.
with it, but he's ashy. You can't wear something with your skin showing and being ashy. That's my only issue.
You
I don't.
damn
I
if
have
you
a
do, you
problem
damn
with
if you
Okay,
his
don't.
wait.
ankles.
I was just gonna say, Roxy, for me, though, my
You
dress code
can't
is I'm
please
supposed
these
to
people.
cover my knees. I'm supposed to actually,
I,
since the ladies for me, they're supposed to cover their body. I'm supposed to cover my knees, though. That's what my code is, though. I'm supposed to cover my knees while I'm praying, or when,
okay.
certain types,
I
I'm
have
supposed
a
to cover my
problem
knees.
with his ankles being out. I do. I'm sorry.
So the actual way the fashion is supposed to be worn, I'm gonna share the screen too. The
He
way
look
it's
like
actually
an
supposed to be
African.
worn
He look
is
I
like
you're
told
supposed to
y'all.
wear. Hold on, Keels, because again, that makes it not fashionable. If you are going to wear it, you have to wear it correctly. That is the whole point of fashion. So I have another one with a man wearing the similar thing, but because his ankles aren't showing because he's wearing the appropriate socks. That's why.
Now y'all going to drill the
Nah,
socks.
but hold on, roll. That's not what I'm asking. I'm asking what what
okay.
what
He
type
look
of attire
fine.
what
Not
type
his.
I
of
did.
attire could a man wear that folks will criticize him by saying he's dressed inappropriate, like in a way of it's inappropriate
They
for this
gave you
event.
one.
Nah, that's not nothing. There's nothing real a man can wear that's gonna be deemed inappropriate.
I think so. I think if you come to a place with a dingy I'm sorry,
Okay, okay,
a
you talking about all
dingy
right.
white tee,
You talking about if he's not clean. No, I hear that.
um,
Tay.
and
You talking about
a
if the
do
guy?
rag.
You talking about the guy's not? He's
Yeah, I
not
do.
I
dressed to the
wouldn't bend
occasion.
down as
Hold on, hold on,
well.
hold on. You saying if he's not dressed for the occasion? I'm saying like if he's dressed up nice and it's deemed inappropriate. He's dressed up nice.
That
Dress
was that was
No,
one of those. The suit. The suit
That
was
that
one of
suit.
them.
no.
No
Rule.
one would say that the man is dressed inappropriate like that if he's dressed up nice. Like he's just saying he
But in
flooded and
their
he's ashy.
mind,
I mean,
it's still inappropriate, and
I'm
they
talking about the
man.
same. I'm talking about
You
the
got
same
it.
way
You
that they
got it.
said that
You
lady,
got it.
Jamal Bryant wife, how she's too sexy for being
Okay,
a pastor's wife.
what about Prince? You remember when Prince used to wear
Okay,
them
all right.
leather things with his ass out? That's
Okay, all
inappropriate.
right.
Damn, but you want to
All right,
scream,
that's a
Drew.
good one.
I know
That'll
how
be a
you
good one.
play. You want to
Now
scream, so
that'd be a good one. Now
I'm
that'd
gonna
be a
give
good
you
one.
the scream, man.
No, no, that's a
But
good
he
one right there. Right
still,
here.
but hold on though. But he still had the baddest of the baddest on his arms though. The baddest of the women.
Oh my God.
So what
And
Rue is hold
and
on, Kills. Hold on, real quick.
what?
So what Rue is trying to ask, what would be the comparison to what Carrie Bryant was wearing? What would be the comparison for a
Um
pastor? I guess the only thing that people really had another up in arms was when Obama wore the tan suit. That's the only other thing that could be equivalent.
I don't know.
But they're not saying though he's too sexy. Is too
They definitely said
provocative.
Obama was too sexy.
No,
They
no,
most
no.
definitely
The
did.
tan suit was too provocative.
They said it was, yeah.
Oh, I ain't
They
You
see
said
got
it.
it was
I ain't
pull up
sexy.
see
that suit.
it.
Pull up that suit. 'Cause I'm trying to see like
Yeah, yeah, yo,
what is it so
pull it up,
sexy?
pull it up.
Hold on, Kill. I'm trying to see what would be
Yeah.
so. Now we're not saying it ain't sexy to women that he look nice. I'm saying so sexy to where it's like it's inappropriate for his position for whatever he do as a man though. Whether you a judge or a lawyer or a doctor or you a
Yeah.
president,
Right.
it's like I want to know what type of attire would be like. Okay, that's too sexy for a
Ah,
president. That's too sexy for a
I
pastor.
never heard that about Obama. I never heard nobody talk
You never heard about the
any ill
tan
about
suit?
Obama.
Nah, I ain't never heard about
So
no tan
Never.
suit.
Nobody don't talk ill about Obama.
Nah, I ain't never
Y'all
yes,
heard
love
that.
that was a whole
Obama.
that
They
was a
Y'all
dress.
whole
loved
hold
Obama.
on, hold on.
They
That
dress.
was a whole controversial situation. That was a big deal for people,
Hell,
I ain't
I
mostly white
missed that.
people, but
I
yes,
missed that.
The
that was
only
a
issue,
big
We
deal.
all
the
did
only
miss
issue I
it.
heard
they
about
gonna
And
people
and
dress
having, the
right.
only issue I heard people say about Obama was he was smoke too many cigarettes in the beginning, and then he fell back on the cigarettes. Not for
So
real though,
this
for real
is
though.
hold on. This is the infamous tan suit, right?
So
This is the issue.
is that too sexy for the event though?
He
So let's
what? You
see.
can't wear a suit like
Is it
that?
too
That's
inappropriate
fly.
to where it's
it
I
was
like
mean, it's a
was
fly
you
suit.
know
nah
it was
look at
it was
bring it up
Respectable.
inappropriate.
hit the picture if I'm see it right bring it closer let me see
It
hit one
was
of the pictures.
inappropriate to them flavorless Caucasian men. That's why
He
they
looked fly.
mhm.
Yeah,
fly
yo,
like
because it's gotta
Wait,
be
I wanna.
black or like navy blue.
yeah.
You know what
No,
I'm
but I don't
saying?
know if y'all hear what I'm saying about
We
they
hear
said that
what you're
Far
they
as
said the
saying.
showing,
woman
so we know what you're saying, Rude. No,
okay
there is not anything similar because again, unless you're just showing your print in your suit,
Oh
That might be the
wow,
only
here we
thing.
go.
If you have the no Keels, what you mean? Here we go. That's what Rue is asking.
He wasn't talking about no eggplant.
Yes, that it would be deemed inappropriate compared to what a woman is wearing, where it's showing off her curves. So if you're showing your print, or if I guess if you have such a V-neck and you're wearing a suit and then you have it unbuttoned, that would be the same thing. If you have a chest and you're a fit man and your suit is too fitted, so all your muscles are showing, it's fitted in a way where it's inappropriate.
Can I say something?
No, no.
Wait, can
Go
I?
ahead, Polly. Go ahead, because Kills is not understanding the simple question that Rue is trying to ask.
I
Okay,
am not. I'm lost. Go ahead.
Okay,
Go
I can.
ahead, Polly.
I'm being inappropriate. I'm sorry. I'm just asking y'all if somebody is butt naked, like you talking about men. I mean, a lot of men got to be in shape first to take it off. So men really aren't looked at in that way. You know, if you really good looking, you have no shirt on, and that's different. Just saying. If you're naked, that's
But what
different.
but what Rue is asking is what would be the equivalent to a woman showing off her curves, a woman showing off the illusion of skin?
There
What would
isn't.
be a man's equivalent? And
So
that's what I'm saying.
well, yeah, like clothes. Yeah, that's what I'm
Yeah,
saying. Clothes
clothes.
wise, men don't
Yeah,
have to wear clothes. That's the
I'm
problem.
saying the only thing that would be equivalent is if the man's print is showing or if too much of his chest is showing. And if he has a ripped up chest, yes, that would be deemed inappropriate for most cases. Would women like seeing it?
For
Absolutely. The same
women,
way.
Okay,
Hold
wait, can
on,
this?
That's what you just
hold on.
said.
If
You
he
just
has,
said
But
wearing clothes.
that's the only equivalent because again,
that's
it's about
cat.
but
oh my
if
God. Hold on. It's about
They
the
don't.
male gaze versus the woman gaze, right? That is what is deemed sexy in most cases.
if he has
So that
titties,
is what
nobody want to see that.
not if he has well, no, Tay. That's why I said he has a ripped up. If he has a nice
Yeah,
chest and he got that V-neck, yes, we're gonna like it. But in most case scenarios, people are gonna deem it as inappropriate.
gotcha.
Well, that's what I'm
Okay,
saying. But
most is
but men don't have to be inappropriate. They're not deemed inappropriate. If they don't have a shirt on. If they play in basketball,
Again,
they're
I'm
not
just
deemed
saying.
inappropriate.
But again, it's also the setting. If a man came out in a fine dining situation with his without a shirt, he's deemed inappropriate.
So you saying like
Mm-hmm.
if he got on a blazer with nothing on up under it, and he coming out, all right, something like on that kick, like he ain't got
So
nothing on
why
up under
other people
his.
are confused about what you're asking? I know exactly
Okay,
what you're
okay, I
asking.
got you, I got you.
Wait, sir.
yeah, but that's not like okay, right? Most cats can't wear suits, right? Especially when you look at like movies like Peaky Blinders or whatever. You got a lot of cats that don't know how to properly wear a suit, especially in these spaces, right?
Because y'all don't go to a
You always
tailor to actually get them
no,
fitted. Y'all
no,
don't know
hold
how to get
on
clothes
though.
that are
See,
fitted
I
for you.
don't
But
wear. I'm not talking about me. I don't wear that. But I'm
Thank
talking
you.
about you
I
wasn't
have a
around with the
suit,
educated.
but I
I'm
don't
I'm
really
talking
use it
about the
much.
hold on. I'm talking about the
Oh, you
educated
hollering.
lane and the hoodie dudes era. Like these dudes wasn't wearing no fine design suits.
Listen,
The shit
nigga.
was lame.
But again, we're talking about a
Tay
woman
was
in it.
here.
Hold on. We're talking about a woman with a dress in a gala-like event. That is why, again,
We
I'm
not.
very confused. Hold on, because I'm very confused on what you're not understanding what Rue was asking earlier. Rue was asking, what is the equivalent for a man in a
I
situation where
said
you are supposed God damn, Kills, hold on. What is the equivalent for a man when you are in a high caliber, a elite type of event? So we're not
Oh,
talking about no hood dudes. We're not talking about no hoodies. We're not talking about no quarter zips and matcha. We're talking about if you guys are going to a gala, if you guys are going to New York Fashion Week, what is inappropriate for a man in the same equivalent of what Jamal Bryant's wife wore?
Hello.
Prince. I just said Prince. The fuck out of here.
You're talking about your ass being out. That would be inappropriate anywhere you go. We saw when Lizzo went to a basketball game, people were mad at her when she did that.
They
wait,
was not
seriously,
everybody.
I was
Not
gonna
everybody
say
was
though.
mad.
One time, I was gonna tell you that. I think the one time skit, he wore a tracksuit to a award show though. Like it was like a high, award show or something like that though. And he dressed in a tracksuit as a rebellion sign. Though normally you're supposed to dress in a suit and stuff when you go to them events. He just decided to just be a rebel and not wear a suit. He just wore a tracksuit to an event instead.
So the
Nobody.
only equivalent is from what, based on what Ria's saying, I get what you're saying, Ria. The only equivalent would be wearing the inappropriate attire from what you're saying.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I don't blame him for doing that, actually. I think he did what he needed to do, actually. Some people kind of got mad at him for it. They're like, why you wearing a tracksuit to a award show? But I'm like, whatever.
How are
Let
we
him wear
talking
that.
right now?
Okay, but I'm just saying.
Are
Nah,
we
they be
are we are we still on Obama, or are we talking about Trump? I'm confused.
yeah, like me too. Like you said it. Like Tay Tay, you said that it was equivalent of Obama wearing a tan suit, right? And
I
then
didn't
these
say that.
dudes just
I said the tan suit.
like but that
I
was
was talking about the
equivalent though
scandal.
because
I'm talking about the
they was
scandal.
mad.
People made it.
The
Yeah,
scandal.
people made it a big deal.
All
Yeah.
right, cool. Right, they did. So that's equivalent, right?
You niggas are ignorant. I just, Lord have mercy. Y'all not about to
About
irritate.
It's just
to.
like people get mad at
I have homework.
anything though.
Y'all
I
not
have
about to
homework.
irritate me
So I
on
was about to
this.
ask, are y'all ready for final thoughts? I don't know where
Some
this
of
conversation
y'all
is going.
y'all still talk, don't you?
Mhm.
I don't know where this conversation is going. So are
No, I'm just
That's a
saying, as
happy.
being a black man, you can't really wear nothing. Society gonna hate you regardless.
Please, my guy,
Can't
please.
do
Hell
nothing.
no, Kill.
y'all make my head hurt?
Y'all done. I'm getting ready to go do laundry. Y'all have a blessed Sunday.
Well,
Y'all take care.
You too, my love.
go
Thank
to
you,
the
Tay
title.
Tay, for
Okay.
coming up.
Bye.
Hey, H&M,
Miss
any
Rose, you want
final thoughts?
My bad, Rogue. See, I'm back. I had to do some shopping, but I'm back. Now, what happened here? We were talking about what a woman should wear. That's in a the difference between men dressing inappropriately and women dressing inappropriately. Was that the initial top?
Well,
The
what
topic.
was the equivalent for a man for what Carrie Bryant was wearing?
Honestly, I don't have an honest answer because we could talk about women with the booty shorts and the cleavage showing, but I can't think of anything a man is wearing that's inappropriate unless he's out, unless he's just his presentation is off. For example, you go into a store with no shirt on. Where I live at, you have to have a shirt on when you go inside public places. So maybe that's inappropriate. Maybe it's just a matter how the man carries himself, not so much what he's wearing. I don't know. That's complicated if you ask me.
Roy said male stripper attire.
Yo,
Now,
stripper.
pastors
Oh
should
my
be someone you
God.
look up to.
That's different.
well indeed. Indeed, you can't wear nothing.
By the way, how do male strippers
Okay.
even dress? I wouldn't know.
Wait.
I'm
Speedos,
just asking.
thongs, chest out, oil, baby oiled all the way up on all the muscles, all that good stuff.
Oh, that's what you like,
And
Rope C? Okay. I'm just
see
Roxy has a many interests. That's all I'm gonna
see
say.
some of them.
okay,
said,
fair
what's that?
enough.
See some of them had that cover up. See some of them
Honestly,
men that had that cover up. I'm sorry.
What'd she say?
respectfully, Michelle, if they are in that career field, I'm hoping they got the
Some
body
of them
for it.
had the bad. I'm sorry. Oh. Mm-mm.
So,
Okay.
what are your final thoughts on the dress and everything? Fleur.
Especially not on speedos. No hell no.
All right, Riaz, what are your final thoughts?
My kind of voice on the dress, I'm indifferent though, because look, I can see both sides of the argument. I think what I think, because, based on what I believe, but also one, I'm Muslim, and two, just seeing other details is, I kind of see where you're getting at. So basically, the other reason, though, I have no opinion right now is because I'm Muslim, so I'm culturally different. So that's why I don't really speak on it like that. And also, though, my other final thought is, though, pretty much it's a good stream, no, enjoyed everything, no, and I get you on that, like, basically the fashion I choose to dress like, that's what I want to wear, though, basically, and I enjoy that.
I
Because, look,
appreciate you, Riaz.
I appreciate it. Also, I was gonna say that though, Rug, is like, some people say, why are you wearing a bandana outside though? Basically, like, basically me being brown skinned going outside dressed like that. I don't care what white folks think, man. Why should I care though? It's up to me
You
what I'm
should.
wearing though. Them, no, the truth is, where I'm at, the white folks literally don't care. Nobody cares what I wear.
I agree.
Nobody.
Keels, what are your final thoughts, love?
Oh, my final thoughts is like he was talking about like Lizzo, whatever. That wasn't no pushback like that. That wasn't no outrage. It's like the black man can't say nothing. The black man can't say nothing about a woman attire, even when it comes with a pastor woman, first lady, out there looking crazy. The black man don't got no opinion. Y'all don't care what we think, really. It is what it is. So don't hate when we sagging, cussing, raving. When I cuss y'all out on these panels, or JP cuss y'all on these
But you're
panels,
not
don't
gonna do.
say
You're not gonna
nothing.
do nothing on my.
We
I told
gonna
you in my
do. We
house.
gonna.
In my house.
Yeah, that's cool. That's
All
cool, yo.
right.
But we gonna do what we do on these panels, though. It is what it
That's
is.
fine. Listen,
Don't
we
get
do what we
mad
do.
if y'all not mad at this lady wearing what she wear. Don't get mad how I be talking my ish.
Kills. Don't
Point
nobody give a
blank.
darn.
Period.
Don't nobody give a darn.
And if you
Michelle,
drop
my
me, you
love.
drop.
Man, Kills, y'all gonna have to start showing your girl some love. Ain't nobody hit your girl Cash App. Ain't nobody hit the Globe Fund. Y'all all fake. We lost Michelle. All right, Rue.
You
Your
know
final
Rue
thought?
got you. You know Rue got you.
Yeah, you both deaf. I got it. I got it. Now, look, kid, you fun. Hey, look, what I'm saying. Look, at the end of the day, man, if we as men, right, if we have to acknowledge that if a man is okay with what goes on in his household, we should have nothing to say about it. And if most definitely, if he got his girl, his woman with him, and whatever he is doing for this woman, to where what he's buying for, and what he's doing for, her, and if she represented and she show it off, and he want her to show it off, dog, why are we saying anything about it? It's one thing if the lady was doing it behind his back and he had a problem with it. It's another when he's outright walking right beside her and he acknowledged that he bought it for her. So what do we have to say? I just need people to stop trying to suppress people when they are actually great, or when they have things that you know you want to see and they should show off. We got to stop suppressing that to make us feel better, man. That's not how shit work. So that's really my final thoughts on that, man. I just want everybody to know, ladies, she wasn't wrong for that. If I was a pastor, my wife can wear the same thing. I would get the same thing for my wife, straight up. All right?
Royce and I'm saying that the pastor wasn't hitting it right.
Uh,
All right, gentlemen. So I appreciate y'all for hanging out with me on my little final. And thank you all so much. I just wanted to give y'all a short one for this amazing Sunday. My little final thought: this was never about a dress. It's about control. It's about hypocrisy. It's about men wanting
Really?
desire without discipline. It's about a world that still expects Black women to shrink. So I'll say this, and I'll say it one last time. The dress was fine. The setting was appropriate. The backlash was not. And until we stop policing women instead of addressing accountability, the cycle will continue and keep repeating. Yes, H&M, really. I appreciate y'all. Thank y'all for joining another Lover Girls Confession. And I hope y'all
Okay.
enjoy your evening.
right.
All right.
Bye-bye.
Let me say this before I hop down. Let me say
Go
this
ahead,
before I hop down.
H&M.
The pig.
How you going to have the
Yeah,
final word on my... Go ahead, H&M.
I'm sorry, you skipped over me, but okay. But I still
You didn't
forgive
hear
you.
me. Go ahead, H&M.
All right. To piggyback off what Rue was saying, to be fair, at least she didn't do it behind his back like the man said. She didn't go behind his back talking about my body, my choice. I do whatever I want. No, she did what her husband requested and allowed to happen.
Exactly.
So I can't give her that. At least she didn't go. At least she wasn't being sneaky and buying outfits behind
So
his
that means we
back and
can't
just wearing
criticize
it.
her. That means we shouldn't
Being
criticize her
entitled.
then,
So I
right?
will give him that.
So that
I
means
guess.
we can't.
I guess
That
for
means
him.
we should. Hold on. So that means we shouldn't. I mean, we shouldn't have nothing to say about it. We shouldn't criticize her, right?
Well, he put it on social media, so you know people are gonna say something. But he should have kept it to
They went to
himself
an
and not put it
event.
all over the world.
They went to a social. Hold on. Nobody put it on social media. They went on a social event. Michelle, my love, you didn't get to put your final word in. Go ahead.
That's my final thoughts. Take care, Rogue. Deuces.
Thank you. See you next time. Michelle, we on final thoughts? Michelle?
Great show as always.
Thank you, boo. I appreciate you.
Great topic.
I appreciate you. Shout
Ain't you
out
got a
for
birthday
you.
coming up?
Thank you for coming up. I do have a birthday coming up. Thank you for remembering.
Ain't you got a birthday?
I do. We'll do a birthday stream. I'll do something for my dirty 30 with y'all.
And do you accept cash app?
I do have my Cash App rolling. We will be accepting Cash Apps. Yes, ma'am.
Okay, I'll need some for your birthday.
I appreciate you, boo. I appreciate everybody. I hope y'all enjoy the rest of your Sunday night. Thank y'all so much. I'll see y'all next week. Bye, guys.
All right.
Love you. Bye.